Oh, look. There's something evolving behind me. What is that? What is that? How y'all doing? Happy Tuesday. Am I coming in clear? Let me check. Yep. Good. Good. Nice. Okay. What do we got here? I just thought I'd pop on the internet. Man, I'm coming back to a lot of crazy pants online. A lot of crazy pants stuff happening online. Can't even keep up with it. How about you guys? Yeah, don't forget to like the stream. That's right. Yeah. Pastor Mike, yeah. Pastor Mike came back and he's like, what is going on here? Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. I don't even know what to look at anymore. I did turn the internet on and I saw a very strange collaboration. I don't know if you guys remember this guy. Kelly Powers, the Sermonator, and Milhouse? Calvinist Milhouse? I mean, what could they possibly be talking about? I don't even know if I want to hear it. His aesthetic is wild, isn't it? It's like McDonald's. I think he's onto something, though. Yellows and reds, bright yellows and reds. Just super aggressive. Thank you for the Crazy Pants Fund. I appreciate that. Thank you. AI Angel, hello. Hello. I don't know what they've been talking about. What is it? When did this start? Oh, they're well into it. Here, maybe we should go to the beginning. I figure we could take just a tiny look at this. I don't know how much patience I have for it today. We could kind of take a look at it, though. Thank you for the warm welcome back. It was, it definitely stroked my ego to be missed by y'all for 7 days. And I have so many people requesting already. I think they're getting ahead of themselves a little bit, but I have so many people requesting icons. I'm not going to really do that right away for a variety of reasons. But I'm honored and blessed that you guys would even want one from me. So that's cool. Welcome back. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. So yeah, I missed I guess a lot of a big epic weekend at Modern Day Debate. I guess a very successful event. James Modern Day Debate has come a long way since the early days. I've been around since the early days. Maybe many of you have. So it's good to see him packing the house. Probably a lot of help from Mr. Wilson, but still pack the house. Speaking of, Andrew is going to be on with Stu Peters on Sneeko debating the Charlie Kirk stuff. I think that'll be kind of fascinating and probably a firecracker. Because, it's like two worlds colliding. It's like Stu Peters is probably pretty far conspiratard level. And I'm middle. I would say I'm more conspiratarded. I would be actually closer to Stu Peters in my retardation than Andrew. Insofar as how I see the world operate and what I think, or at least what I'd like to think is happening. So that's going to be really interesting, I think. Sneeko's a retard. He might be a good moderator if he just shuts up. I think he mostly shuts up, though. So maybe he is a good moderator. But anyway, he'll bring eyes. That's the thing. People watch Sneeko, so, So that's good. Now, I also wanted to know from you guys if you thought this chick... Do you think this chick's on drugs? I debated her and I was in person with her in a studio. And I got, elevated Adderall vibes. Just, a lot. But I don't know. Some women are like that. They're just, a lot of energy. But this clip is very... it's actually alarming to me.
Yeah, so in the case of America, I would say booming country.
The audio's shit.
As a result of the labor force being injected with women and basically everyone who wants to work, America is a really good example of how it is working, you know.
Dude, what is going on? That's like scary. That scares me. What kind of substances are out there these days? Yeah, I just saw that. Thank you for that. Yeah, it's going to be wild, I think. I don't know if that's going to be on YouTube or like some other thing, but I plan on completely sniping it. I don't care about etiquette anymore. Have you noticed that? I don't care. I just don't care. I don't care about etiquette. All right. So let's just see what these guys even have to like. Do they even agree on anything? These people.
But TikTok Tacoma Talks was a little wordy, so I made it Taco Talks. So nothing to do with the food, but yeah.
Okay, well there we go. I like it. Now, do you normally give out your first name? What's your first
She's
name?
Like Coke.
I
something.
never give any.
She's snorting something.
Anyone any kind of information, no name whatsoever. Only.
So we're gonna call you John Doe. Okay.
Or Taco.
All right.
Or
Taco.
Yeah, Taco's the
Or I
name.
think it was what did Trent call you? T squared? Is that what he calls you?
Yeah.
It's hip to be square. There we go.
And by the way, you guys don't know Taco Talks. If you thought Kelly Powers was cringe, if you thought Mahler was cringe, this dude, all he does is fake straw man skits with himself. And that's like a format now. That's like an established, popular format at this point where you just talk to yourself. It can be very effective, honestly, if you do it right. He doesn't do it right. He's terrible. And then he never really debates anything. He never really gets in front of anyone debating. He just kind of debates himself in the closet, and then he never responds to anything. It's kind of exhausting. Something is wrong with Kyla. I think so. She actually seems possessed. She also doesn't seem to understand that making the same point 20 times in a single face fart doesn't make a good point. I think it's like a script. She's just like phoning it in. That's what I think.
Either on drugs
I don't know.
or holding a big one in. Not that I would know how that feels.
You wouldn't know what that feels like because you guys don't need to hold in your poop. There's never a moment where an Indian's like, oh my gosh, I have to poop. I hope we get somewhere. No, you're there. You're always there. Oh, I have to find a bathroom. And there you are. Right, Vagine?
All right. Well, he's the man in disguise, folks. He's on a mission. Just mission.
So much drama, by the way. Like, I don't even want to tangle with the psychos, the bear tards. They're just psychotic. They're all so dumb that it's actually foolish of you to even respond. It's foolish. And this comes from someone who, I don't know, I'm pretty excited to interact with retards. Like, I'm like, oh, hey, how's it going? What'd you say? Oh, let's look at what you said. No, it's like, it's not even like, I was tempted to like watch a clip of old Beg Bear and his absolute idiocy insofar as his summarizing iconography, blasphemy, dogma. It's just so retarded. It's like you just can't. It's like a trap. It's a temptation and a trap. We missed you. I thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. The only prod I listen to is Pastor Mike. Oh, hell yeah. By the way, Pastor Mike is working on some products that you guys can buy midstream. That's right. It's the bottom of the barrel. Yeah. Honestly, it's probably a mistake. It was probably a mistake for Jay to even flirt in that direction, honestly. It's tempting, though, because you're like, they're so dumb that you're like, oh, let me just show how dumb they are. It's a mistake. You don't do that. I learned that lesson. I'm always tempted, I'm still tempted. Because, like, to review such idiocy is kind of fun. There's a bit of a fodder. There's some fodder there. And there's some corrections to be made. And you feel like almost obligated to make the corrections publicly. But the thing is, if you're listening to Owen Benjamin about anything theologically, there's no point in you being corrected by anybody if you actually already bit the bullet on that. It's over for you. It's already over. And they don't care about what's true. Like, you'll correct them on something and they'll be like, "Duh," and they'll just double down on it. It's like, it's a waste. It's like, it's demonic. And I posted something that kind of alluded to what's going on online without really explicitly saying so. And I wanted to talk about this. Actually, get these dummies off my screen. I wanted to talk about this because I believe that one of the many reasons people move toward traditionalism today, it's not just the failure of the Enlightenment and the failure of, this rights-based only constitution, or modernity, the rejection of modernity and convenience. Yeah, all that's included. But the thing is, like, we're in such a materialistic luxury system that it's almost the default to have nothing sacred. And so in a society where nothing's sacred, if you're dominated, if the dominant position is nothing is sacred, then when someone does have something sacred that they hold sacred, the reaction is usually to take the thing that's sacred and to pervert it because there's nothing sacred. Now there's these sort of like platitudes like no sacred cows. That's retarded. Now, I get it when you're mocking Indians. Yeah, no sacred cows, literally. But nothing sacred is the dumbest mantra you can have. That's the dumbest mantra. In fact, it's a type of performative contradiction because your new sacred cow is the stance of no sacred cows. And I saw this pretty early on with the Beartards, but they're not the only one. There's a lot of people out there like that, where it's like anything. It doesn't matter. Anything that's held in higher regard as sacred, as holy, as something worth venerating, preserving, guarding, keeping clean, they're like, ugh, I'm disgusted by that. And it's like, you turn around and you go, what do you have? What do you protect? What do you have that's holy? What do you have that's sacred that you ought not pervert? What is it? Nothing. It's a bear trap, yeah. They got nothing. Just ask them. Ask them, what do you hold sacred? You know what they'll say? They'll make an idol of their family. That's predictable. What do you hold sacred? What? Oh, my family. That's it. That's the whole thing. So it's like that's who you're engaging with when you get into the mess with them. The total mess. It's pretty gross to see. Like, people are talking about, iconography, right? We're already in debates with like the Protestants about what iconography is, what worship is, what's the difference between basic praise or adoration or honor. Let's say honor. What's the distinction between honoring someone and worshiping them? Is there a difference? Yeah. So, okay. So if we honor things, if we honor our mother and father, are we worshiping him? No. But now this like stuff has extended outward to these little cults. The whole thing with Dyer and Owen and those dummies attacking him is they're starting to fabricate icons, and they're pretending like they're not perverting something. They're pretending like they're not presenting imagery that's fundamentally and peculiar to Christianity. They're pretending it's not happening. They're like, no, it's of Jay Dyer, so it's not really a real thing. You're like, what's a halo? What are you putting a halo behind someone's head for? What does that mean? They don't care what it means. They're just dealing with people who don't care. They don't care. So it's like, do you go after them? Do you expose them? Well, not really. This is a kook channel. Well, that doesn't mean anything. It's a meaningless statement. So, like, the direction back to orthodoxy is a direction toward something beautiful and something sacred. And you see it like even people who don't find orthodoxy, who reject the modern world, they're finding New Age stuff. They're finding ayahuasca. They're finding paganism. They're finding anything that gives them something that they could even falsely hold as sacred. And that seems to be kind of a battle going on that's much deeper than politics, is because, you know, if you felt very strong about a political position, it would very likely be downstream from an ethical view. And your ethical view would be very likely downstream from a view that something was sacred, like humanity or whatever it was. And so it makes sense. The natural tendency we're going to see more and more of is people moving away from the bottom of the barrel position of materialism, that nothing truly is sacred. It's all just matter in motion. Who cares? Nihilism. And we're heading in another direction. Now, orthodoxy has an advantage on that front because we have fullness. When people seek like something mystical or something spiritual, and they seek sufficient, coherent metaphysics, and seek tradition, and seek normative authority, they're going to get all of it in orthodoxy. Now, they might get some of it elsewhere. They might get a bit of this and a bit of that, of each category in a different field, and some whimsical experience, and be like, wow, it was amazing. I talked to the elves at the basin of a mountain in Peru. I pooped off a cliff while fighting my dragons. Yeah, okay. They're in search for something deeper. That's what's happening. So, like, that's the good thing about it. Now, the bad thing is they overcorrect and they find ridiculous positions like Islam or, New Age crap or cults or all of it. The Baptist fool. Oh, yeah, I might review some of that. The guy with the beard who just kept preaching, the preacher guy, he just kept preaching, didn't he? I was waiting for him to actually come up with an argument, but he was just talking at him, man. 4 hours. Jeez. Thank you, Suzanne. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Gotta love Suzanne. W's in the chat for her. I got a lot more people still trying to argue for evolution. Look, out of all the debate topics I will be a yes to, I would do an evolution debate every day of the week if I had to. If there was enough people who were going to try to defend it. You hear me? You guys hear me? All you loudmouths in my comments after, you get real noisy in the comments, and then I go, oh, cool, would you like to schedule a debate against me? And it's like their tongue falls out. Oh, okay. So many people with so much material comfort that a guy like Owen has a lot of support enough to keep going. It's a blessing and a curse. Yeah, he's in a trap, basically. He's in a trap. All right, was he disrespectful in the beginning or the end? Because, guys, 4 hours? Don't do this to me. Wow, that is generous of Alex. 4 hours. Whoa, man. Whoa. I crashed, bro. He drove me nuts going to confession over that crap. Who, Owen? Well, that's what they do. They just trap people, and they try to trigger their pride and anger. And they just go for all of it. They just, I'm gonna say and do the worst things. I'm so edgy. I'm such an edgelord. I'm gonna do the worst things and say the worst things. They're so gross, too, those people. Like, if you look at some of their comments, it's always gross, sexual, very explicit sexual stuff. It's so gross. It's disgusting. It's so disgusting. It's like, it's verbal pornography. It's like hardcore verbal pornography. Gross. All right. I don't know. You guys might have to find time codes because this is absurd. 4 hours. Goodness gracious.
It's about me, so. Awesome. Michael said my mic is low. Is my mic better now, guys? Can you just let me know in the comments? They like your beard.
Thank you. Thank you. If I can't,
Beard.
it's kind of while having a beard's awesome, I also feel kind of like I'm bald and still have to go to a barber.
Worship. It's a continuity. The tabernacle itself is a holy images into the new covenant.
But what does he do? After this, he removes them from the garden. And outside the garden by the east entrance, you see two cherubim and a flaming sword, because they are exiled from the presence of God.
Wow. So he's going to, so this is what it is, you guys? This is what it is? He's just going to preach? I don't know if I can do it. Find me a good moment. I don't know if I can sift through this, honestly. I watched like 2 minutes of it and I was like, where's my music? Like, Alex needs my Protestant music ASAP. That's what he needs. Nothing sacred equals no sacred cows. Nothing to stand for. If you stand for nothing, you fall for anything. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, Judeo-Christian. Ali B. Stuckey. Thank you very much, Austin.
Back taxes right into the wallet and my feet right into your food.
Thank you.
Tulio.
Oh, good. Feet right into your food. I send money only for you to buy eggs for ochre. Thank you, actually. Appreciate that. I'm going to need that. My pigments should show up this week. My halo compass is going to show up this week. I already have my vellum paper. I have my carbon paper. A beautifully made icon board is being shipped from Idaho. I'm all set. I'm ready. I am excited for this next one. I'm not going to tell you what it is. And if you know in the chat, please don't say it because it's a surprise. Very excited. When's the next debate? The next debate is next week. A theistic evolution proponent. Someone said Contemporary Compendium has a good clip from it. Okay, yeah, that's better. Yeah, thank you, Contemporary Compendium, because that helps a lot when they do that, right? Contemporary. I don't like how the guy talks already, man. Protestant Dilemma. Everyone has the keys. That one? Oh, yeah. Okay, that sounds about right. All right, thank you for that. I really appreciate that. Here we go.
So
Faith can move
Icon was amazing. Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
mountains 20. I like this question. Who has the keys?
The super chats? Okay.
keys to what?
Matthew 16
Thank
and
you for
18,
the
the power to
Badger
bind and
Fund.
loose. And also John 20, the
For the
power
Badger
to
Fund.
remit and retain sins.
So Christ as King has sent out his church. So we have authority via Christ. Christ is King. He has all authority on heaven and on earth. And he has commissioned us to go and proclaim the gospel, making disciples of all nations.
So who has the keys?
No, it's not Brian Keller.
They're his keys. He's given to us.
So everybody has the power of the keys.
This is such a great argument. He used the same thing against Kelly Powers about like the power to loosen and bind. Everyone's a bishop. Everyone's a pope. Everyone's everyone's the authority, the sole authority.
The church collectively, not every individual.
Don't good very much.
Ohio Baptist wiggeldom is one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen.
Yes. Thank you so very much for doing business. I do business on the sidewalk.
What is the church collective? You don't believe in a visible collective church.
I very much believe in a visible.
No, you believe it's some
134 is worth it? Okay, I'll take it.
Some people in the Lutheran, some people in the Baptist, some people in the Orthodox, some people in the Roman Catholics. They're not visibly united. You're saying they are invisibly united.
That's a false dichotomy. So the parable we have the parable of the
How are Eastern Orthodox Christians and Baptists united?
I would say we're united in that we both believe the Trinity. We both believe in Christ. There are some essentials that we both use the same.
Oh, we're not in communion with one another.
No, not at all.
Okay, so we're not united.
Were Paul and Barnabas united in communion when they separated?
Yes, because they're still taking literally communion, the body and blood of Christ. That's
Okay.
what St. Paul says, that if you go and you sin with a prostitute, then you become one with that prostitute. You're uniting that prostitute with the church when you receive the body and blood of Christ. He's talking about how the church is united through communion.
That is not at all what he's saying.
That is literally almost verbatim what he says.
But your interpretation of it, the body
That's
of Christ.
not an interpretation. That's what he says.
So we are temples of the Holy Spirit. So yes, when we sin, we are using our body that is meant to be holy unto God, and we are using it for sin. So that's what that's talking about. So yes, we can sin, we can rebel, we can grieve the Holy Spirit, we can quench the Spirit, and so
who has the keys is brutal. It's pretty brutal.
Bunch of people that are not in communion with one another that believe different.
Well, it's like you could go back to the beginning of Succession. Like I've been thinking about this, about tradition a lot, and how there's, I said this before, is that you can't escape tradition even if you're just arguing for like the proper recipe, a family recipe, or how to make sushi rice, in an ancient way that's maintained its identity over time. Even this guy has to start a new tradition. The guy with the beard here, on the redhead with the beard. If you reject orthodoxy, you're crafting in real time a new tradition because you have to teach it. If you think it's true, you've started your own succession, basically. So there's no escaping succession. It's just that the difference is orthodoxy pulls back the pages of history and goes back and starts its succession with the college. And then we go forward. We hold that it's been deposited already. We're just adhering. We're just grafting ourselves in. We're participating in what already has been given to us. That's an act of submission. And that's what the church is to Christ. But this is not submission. And I can't say it enough. The relationship, the parallel between feminism and Protestantism, or even the first Protestantism, Rome, is so, it's nearly 1-to-1. Because if the bride is not united to Christ and they don't become one, the bride becomes sort of like a chick who wants her freedom on the weekends. She wants to work for Nike. She wants to go to college. She wants to go do the things. And that's not the bride. That's a single lady. Basically, Protestantism, the theme song for Protestantism is all the single ladies. And that's what they act like. They're defensive. They don't want to submit. They want to do what they want. They want to be their own woman. They don't want to submit to some man, to the high priest. No, they want to run around and do their own thing. And it's not an accident that the Protestant effect on society today renders things like feminism, which is basically the embodiment of the church, the non-existent church that they have. It's literally the most explicit expression of a bride gone wild.
Different things that won't even share the Lord's Supper together. They all have the keys collectively.
Yes. Because the entire story has been about God's perfect faithfulness to an imperfect people.
So then the power of the keys can never be exercised by the church.
Absolutely, it can.
You said that it has to be used collectively.
Yes, so
this stream, 1 hour and 8. Is that what you're saying, Rookie? 1 hour and 8. The other person said, sorry, I have to remember. 2 hours, 12 minutes. Oh, he started saying he's mean. Oh, stop. Come on. Really? Come on. 2:12. Oh, man. It's always the meaniness.
He said, you are reading EO theology into it. He lost. This should have gone down to fundamentals despite the topic, because they can always argue their own read into the text and spin eternally.
Yeah, trip to Cabo. Yeah, totally.
Thoughts?
I mean, it's not a fallacy.
I'm going, my friends. I will go with my friends.
See if it's true. So,
but you have to demonstrate that it's true. You can't just say it.
I'm fairly confident I did that.
Brett Sales, thank you for the 5-month membership. Truly, nothing on this earth is holy to a Protestant. Not people, not Bibles. Well, maybe it's okay to put your hand over your heart and sing to a flag.
Ooh, so if somebody told me, like, when you when you pledge allegiance to the flag, it is venerating George Washington, I would turn Colin Kaepernick so quickly, you would have no idea. Like, so yeah, if that's what that was, that's what I...
They still don't know what veneration is. Like in really basic terms, if one of the commandments is to honor your mother and father, and in the act of honoring them, let's say you bow in some culture, let's say you kiss their hand, let's say you kiss a photo of them on the wall, especially if they've passed on from this reality. You'd be like, no, how about kiss the Bible? How about kiss the words of the Bible? You know? Do they honestly think there's no such thing in action as showing respect and honor for another person? Do they think they just go through life not... Well, maybe they do. Maybe they do go through life that way.
I would do, but it's not, so I don't.
Why do you look to the flag when you say the Pledge of Allegiance or sing the anthem?
Because that's our shared culture and tradition. It's representative of our shared experience and values. It's
Eat the Bible.
It's a representation of the country.
Yeah.
$2 from Contemporary Compendium.
It's because they unknowingly have adopted the Thomist model, which collapses veneration into worship because the Latin doesn't countenance the Greek counterpart. Is that another... this is beyond me, 777, but isn't it also fundamentally downstream from not holding to the essence energy distinction when it really comes down to it? I'm pretty sure like a lot of things like that are dominoes that fall, you know, further down the line from the first domino there.
Was his mocking you just now a fruit of the spirit?
Yeah, thank you, Curveball.
Then you said I argue like a Muslim. You said my question was childish.
Those are observations, not judgments.
I mean, when I say somebody is retarded, that's also an observation.
No, that's a disrespect. To say you are doing something like...
And it's respectful to say I argue like a Muslim.
Wait, so you're supposed to respect retarded people? So you worship retarded people then? Oh, this is a good one. Should I respect retarded people? And they go, yes. You go, okay. Should I demonstrate in action a showing of respect? Yes. If showing respect and honor to someone is synonymous with veneration, am I worshiping a retard? Love it. That's a good one. That's a rhetorically really good one.
Muslim, and that my questions are childish?
It's disrespectful if it's not true, but it's honest if it's... But again, I said your question...
You're really going to double down on this?
Absolutely.
I'm just going to say I shouldn't have said that?
I shouldn't. Like, if it wasn't true, I shouldn't have said it, but it is true, so I should have.
And I say the same thing when I call...
Who is he speaking with? I think he's pretty much random, honestly.
Someone retarded. It's true. So they're
It's not true, though.
Why?
It's not true. They're not.
How do I...
So tired of tone policing?
No.
Yes.
Like, so it's...
How do you not know? How do you know whether they're underdeveloped or not? Retarded means literally underdeveloped.
Remember how I said you were arguing like a child? This
That's
is
literally what I'm asking you about.
He's like acting like it's like looking at a little kid with a beard talking to his dad. Like somehow the little 7-year-old has a full red beard. And Alex is the dad being like, I told you to not touch my tools in the garage. He's like, yeah, bud. He's all giddy. Look at the two energies, the difference between the energies.
This is what arguing like a child sounds like.
But when I put...
He's all hunched over and his shoulders are smaller than mine.
Push you for specifics?
Dad.
How do I know?
Whatever, Dad.
Like, you asked me what the markers of...
Whatever. We have the same name, so my name was on the tool, too. Could have been my name.
Okay, you said it's okay to call my questions childish because you're correct.
He's
yes,
nervous.
I called your questions
okay, and I call somebody retarded. I'm saying my observation is correct. Why can't I do that?
Because I'm...
He thought lectionaries were lexicons. That's not... Why is that not surprising? That's not surprising.
talking about your questions. You're talking about the person. That's an entirely different thing. That's a category error.
Am I?
Finally, Dad's paying attention. Pretty much, yeah. You're so ashamed to be a ginger. Yeah, I mean, there's a few gingers that I fully respect. You know, Jason Cassell. Shout out to Jason Cassell.
Childish?
So a diamond in the rough.
I would say you.
I don't even think Jason trusts gingers.
Okay. That's what I mean when I say somebody's retarded. I say that everybody knows that. I'm saying they are acting retarded.
No, they don't. No, that's still a sin. You're still being unloving, unkind, uncharitable. Your words
I'm
aren't.
not saying that I'm a blasphemer and a hypocrite and that I argue like a Muslim and that I'm childish. That's charitable and kind.
You are a hypocrite, and so that's
How
just
am I a
not-
hypocrite?
Wow, he's such a baby. I used to get pretty angry, even last week. I honestly think it was the class. Honestly, it had to be. It had to be. Because I look at these people, and before I would like punch something around me, like have something to like break. But I literally look at this person like they're a 7-year-old being talked to by their stepdad. They're like, yeah, you're not actually my dad though. I'm getting nervous.
You honor pictures.
Hey, I'm gonna give you like this huge platform.
You honor pictures of people.
And you're gonna call me a hypocrite on my own show, whatever. Let this be a testament
You honor pictures of people.
to everybody who says that I'm not fair. I am very fair. Look at what I let him say about me on my own show. I let him slander my character. He doesn't even know me, and he's calling me a blasphemer and a hypocrite.
I've seen that you've called people retarded in front of the entire internet. That's not
What's
my
wrong
fault.
with?
So?
Okay, that's correct. I was right.
So what?
I disagree.
Okay, I disagree that my questions were childish.
Okay.
Okay, so you are wrong. How is that different from what you're saying? Demonstrate to me how
He's
this
so nervous.
is different from what you're saying.
Must drink water.
Because you are desecrating the image of God in the person.
How is my question childish?
Because you are using word games. You're using instead of
Because I'm asking you to define terms.
when deviate.
That's actually a pretty good. I mean, it's pretty on the nose, but like you're at a funeral, and someone kisses, the person, and there's some proddy in the back, like that's idolatry. They're like just trying to bury their loved ones. Someone's screaming that's idolatry.
From the substance of the conversation to saying things like, "Would you wipe your butt with the Bible?" Like that's
I mean, that's a pretty relevant question to iconodulia, and I even
if you're a
told
third
before,
grader,
I said this is going to be crass.
But you
so what is the problem with the question? It's so obvious a third grader would ask it. That's your objection?
No, I'm saying
He's getting real thirsty.
Carrying yourself like a third grader.
Well, there you go. You can't answer a question that a third grader would ask. Compendium, $5. It's not cool if you call people retards, Alex. However, it's totally fine when I mock your stutter. That's true. You did do that. That was not kind and charitable.
Well, you were stuttering because you were trying to raise your voice and play this.
Look, he doesn't even just say, yeah, you know what? You're right. I mocked your stuttering. I apologize. Do you forgive me? No, he's like, no, well, that's because.
So like,
what a worm. Okay, now I'm getting ragey. Okay, hold on. It's back. I think it's back, guys. What a worm!
So yes, that made it very funny.
Oh, what a pig.
Okay, so that's kind and charitable to mock.
What a pig. Self-promotion, but 148, he struggled with these historical questions of Antioch. Okay, 148. It's always history, though, isn't it? And I'm no historian. Very low learned on church history, but I'm learned enough to know that very basic questions about church history send these people into another dimension.
Not.
Deacon, $5. Checking consistency. Since your kids have been born, that obviously means you don't keep any pictures of them at home or work, right?
I do, but I don't talk to them instead of my kids themselves. When I go to bed tonight, I'm going to say goodnight to my kids. I'm not going to say goodnight to a picture of my kids.
Raziel,
so that comes back to people are dead and dead. They're dead. They're dead in Christ. They're just dead. Christianity to these people is a religion of the dead. Zombie religion. They have a zombie church, and they have zombie saints who don't really exist. Okay. Ever since I heard the analogy from St. Paisos talking about the mother who receives a photograph of a son at war, I can't unlearn that idea of love. Yeah. Yeah, it's a great example. First thing in Mount Athos for that guy, a nice shave. Yeah. You're not allowed in. You did not earn that, sir. Yes, it's back. Yeah, yes, it's back.
$10.
Look, nice Jim Bob. It was a whole week. You didn't even get it. I got it. I got the nice Jim Bob for a week.
The words of the Bible are literally icons. Can you please distinguish between...
Ooh, good one. Nice. Is this you, Raziel? Yeah, good one. I like this one.
...between prayer and worship? Lastly, I'm Antiochian. When specifically did our church fall away, since we are in Acts?
Yeah, here is the position that Alex presented, which is basically everybody who's not Orthodox, by the way, including early 1054 Rome, they have to be restorationists. You have to take on some type of restoration theology to do it, to reject it.
When did the Antiochian church fall away?
Well, Christ's church will never end, so his church will never actually fall away. There's no apostate or anything like that.
I'm asking about the church. So in Acts, you see that there's a church established in Antioch. In Orthodoxy, with the Antiochian church falls under the Orthodox jurisdiction. When did the Antiochian church fall away?
Yeah, a lot, Jace.
So is he implying that because it was that? So what text exactly?
He's saying that you think that the church in Antioch fell away at some point.
It's not that hard. I mean, a way to process this for these people who have trouble answering direct questions is you have to kind of first establish with them that the true church existed in that time period. Pick a time period. It could be arbitrary, by the way. I like to go around 400 because New Testament canon, and you're kind of forcing them in a time frame where they really have to affirm an authority. It can't be like development. They can't hinge on a development and then eventually, the Holy Spirit comes in and guides some actions, and then it goes back into ambiguity, and then the Holy Spirit comes and guides some actions and so forth. No, real, actual Christianity in reality through matter, participating in Christianity in 400, in 600, in 800, whatever. Once they say, yeah, of course, Christianity existed. Okay, was there an authority? Yeah, there was. Okay, cool. When did we lose that?
Point, because it's Orthodox today.
Oh, no. I mean, I think that I wouldn't say there are unsaved people, there aren't saved people in the Orthodox Church.
Yeah, but you don't think it's a true church.
I think you have error. I don't, it's not, I
the
can't say.
Orthodox Church a true church?
Well, the church is a people, not an institution. So
people, and is there any authority? This is so crazy. That's like saying the family is just people. It's not an actual structure. The Trinity is just persons. There's no actual metaphysical structure to it. There's nothing, truly actual about it. Think about this. If your home is an extension, this is what I do when people say this. When they go, it's not an institution. And you go, okay, if it's not an institution, then you can't actually point to any authority figure, right? Just like your family. Because the family would be a type of institution. They just like that word. They like to use that word to make a blemish of order and authority. They become very Jewy in a sense. They become very leftist and rebellious. Institution means control over me. I don't want that. I'm a liberated woman. Marriage. This is what you hear from feminists. This is why I make this parallel all the time. The woman says marriage is a institution made to control me. This guy is acting the same exact way. Where is he? Same thing. It's the same exact script. Marriage is an institution that's meant to control and oppress the woman. This guy's saying the same exact thing with the church. The church, the marriage to a church of one bride, one high priest, Christ, that marriage is an institution meant to control us. I don't believe in that. Right? It's the same thing. It's metaphysically, spiritually the exact same move on the board. And they act like it. They act like feminists. They act like You know, you could do a whatever podcast and swap all the hoes on there with Protestant hoes. Because that's what they are. That's what you guys are. Protestants in the chat. No offense. You guys are Protestant liberated hoes. You don't want to get married. You don't want to be kept down by the man. You want to write your own Eat, Pray, Love, but with scripture. You want to sell your Jesus merch. You want to go on tour. You want to swing from a harness at church. You're just feminists, but with theology.
So there are Christians within, so the church is a collection of Christians, individual Christians. So are there Christians within Eastern Orthodox? Yeah, absolutely.
How do you know?
I wouldn't.
No, how do you know? There are Christians. This is what they always say. This is what Metaphysics Mike says. This is what Larry Powers says. No, don't get me wrong. There are legitimate, good Christians inside of Orthodoxy. How do you know? They literally, or if they're well learned and well catechized, they all believe the same exact things and they all practice the same things. They're not equally good at it, but they practice and follow the same things. Oh, and one is a good true Christian and one's not. How would you, like, this is crazy. These people are crazy.
Like, I'm not like,
people are nuts.
That's why
that
total nutters.
Orthodox churches have fallen away.
I think they have error, but I can't, it's not me to say if they've fallen away completely to where like, I think there's, so I wouldn't say,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think there's teaching error. I think there's a lot of things wrong. I think there's a lot of things that don't point to Christ. I think there's a lot of, replanting signs that Christ has torn down. There's a lot of looking to things as practice that shouldn't be, like in the mix up of descriptive and prescriptive texts. And ironically, I would say I did not expect to see this in preparing for this, but there are way more, I would argue, similarities between the Pentecostalism and Eastern Orthodoxy than I ever thought.
Oh, boy. Oh, my gosh. That is a very generous donation, like the one I left in the public pool. Thank you, Kevin. Tengu, a massive $50 super chat. Good to see you, Jim Bob. SquarePants, saw your icon painting on Twitter. Looks beautiful. God bless. Thank you. Appreciate that. It was a great time. And I'm so focused. It's all I can think about. I mean, you guys are lucky you even have a stream because my mind is just so focused on writing the next one and using my talents and whatever I'm gifted with to just put it on the board. I can't, I'm just so pumped.
Thought there were. So I don't think that, the Church of Christ has never fallen away.
The church in Antioch, you don't think it ever fell away?
135, he denied Christ Church was his body. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, where we're at? We're at 151? 135. Okay, 151, 135. Okay.
That.
It's gone. The Byzantine Empire came and went.
He also said, I think when a person calls someone the N-word, it's holistic for their racism. Comparing Alex calling people retardum. I just stop.
The kingdom of God is eternal.
Yes.
You get that too, Justin? Like Justin knows. He's been doing iconography. What? 5 years now, Justin? Beautiful icons. Justin, you should check out Justin's Noah. He did a Noah. It's so good. I showed the whole class, Justin. I was bragging. I was name dropping. Yeah, do you get that, Justin? Once you have that experience of that level of immersion, you come back to this world, and nothing against being online and in the chat and anyone else who does it. It's just the contrast. I'm still lingering in the contrast of it, where I'm just like, wow, it's rough out here.
Yeah. So the Byzantine Empire was not the kingdom. That is
it crushed the kingdom. The kingdom of God crushed.
Jesus crushed the kingdom, not the church.
The church is the fulfillment of Christ. You don't know that?
The church is separate from Christ. The church is his bride.
The church is separate from Christ. It's his bride. What is marriage? I'm sorry. What is your marriage? Separation? What happened to united in one flesh? What? What? Look at Alex. Nice. This is why I got to zoom in. Honestly, this is why. This is why I did this. This is why I did this. Unbelievable, man. Yikes. Honestly, that's consistent, though. Like, I got to hand it to him. He doesn't know he's being consistent, but that's consistent. This is exactly what I'm talking about with feminism. The whole entire scheme. It's exactly played out right here. No, I'm separate. I'm not bound to my man. I got my own income. You know what it's like? It's like the feminist who sort of marries, but then like there's all these like legal issues, and then she makes sure she gets her money, and then when she dies, she thinks she's getting half of what Christ has or something like that. Like, no, I got half. I got half. It's in the prenup. It's like a spiritual prenup. That's the look right there, though. That's funny. That's funny.
Here's how this works. Let me give you an image from the Old Testament.
That's funny. Look at Alex. Dude. Nice, Alex. I like it. Incorporate more of that, Alex. Alex, you almost need like a slow, what's the sound? Here, let me see. You know, you need like a slow phaser stinger. See if we can pull it off. Here, you need a low octave. Okay. Here, let me see if I can time it.
It's gone. The Byzantine Empire came and went. The kingdom of God is eternal.
Yes.
Yeah, so the Byzantine Empire was not the kingdom.
It crushed the kingdom. The kingdom of God crushed
Jesus crushed the kingdom, not the church.
The church is the fulfillment of Christ. You don't know that?
The church is separate from Christ. The church is his bride. Here's how this works. Let me give you an image from the Old Testament. So
the church is the fulfillment of Christ.
Dude, the church is the redeemed people purchased by Christ.
The church is the fulfillment of Christ. It is the body of Christ. You think
that's pain. That is pain. Look, there's nothing else there to say, honestly. Once you bite that bullet and you say, no, the church is separate from Christ, every concept of Christianity practice in the world is gone anyway.
Jim Bob, Motu did not inform me you were live, and because of that, I'm bringing my aunt's family over when Punjabi's HB1 visa is approved.
No, please don't do that. No, please don't do that. So if I divorce Christ, I'm entitled to half divinity? Yes. Yeah, you get it. These folks fundamentally do not see the world and the church sacramentally and incarnationally. Yes, yeah. The metaphysics is so broken. They're materialists. They actually don't believe in miracles. They actually don't because the continuity and the preservation of the church, they go, well, no, I just can't believe that because man is so flawed and the game of telephone and it's just 2,000 years. How could it not be skewed? That's cynicism. The preservation of the faith deposited, the preservation of the church is a promise, but it's also miraculous. It's miraculous in contrast to what we expect to see in the world. But they don't think that. They actually don't think it. Their faith is very skewed and lackluster. They don't believe it. They're materialists. They don't believe in the actual presence of Christ. They don't believe of the merging of matter in the sacraments, the both and. They're like, no, it's symbolic. You know, that's why they're drawn to pure symbolism. That's why they're drawn to, well, I want to take a reasonable approach to this, which, you know, all of us can argue pretty well, some better than others, that the Enlightenment and Protestantism go hand in hand. It's pretty sad to see because it's cynicism, really. It's cynicism.
And a bride, they don't make one body?
And the same thing, like everything going on with Jay and all the perverse people attacking iconography and perverting it, they don't actually believe that there is an access that we can participate in outer worldliness. They don't believe it. They're cynical. They're dead inside. They're actually cynical. They're cynics. They're basically like the new atheists. They're like, oh, you guys are so crazy with your mysticism. You guys actually think Christ incarnated, like, really?
Not literally.
Now we're gonna deny.
He's symbolic. Yeah. That's actually another one of the heresies, one of those key heresies, that Jesus is like, he just had like an avatar, like it was like an illusion. It wasn't like Christ actually took on humanity's form and walked among us and experienced the separation of the soul from the fleshly, worldly body, death. No, it's like he's just he's like a spiritual Pokemon. It was like he was in the phone visually, but not in the world. It's like through the phone.
My marriage.
Gosh,
are they one flesh or not? Are they one?
Owen Benjamin's blasphemy. You know what he said too? He said you can't. It's not blasphemy if you're not Orthodox. That's like saying you can't sin if you're not Christian. Complete idiot.
Flesh?
Yeah.
Imagine saying that. It's like, no, actually, I don't believe murder's wrong, so you can't actually put me in jail. Murder's not a sin because I'm not Christian. Okay. Nice. I like the paradox. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay.
But are me and my wife two different? But are me and my wife physically two different people, though we're one flesh?
Are you saying that the church
is a man and wife, though they're one flesh?
You are united in one flesh.
But they're still two individuals. They're still two separate individuals.
No, distinct and not. Oh, dude, this is exactly it. Distinct, not separate. Okay, distinct, not separate. It's always the same metaphysics that they can't grasp, and then it's just like this is all like an entailment. This is all a consequence of this inability for them to start from a proper position.
Yes.
Okay. So the church is the body of Christ, yet the church is separate from Christ, and that Christ is king over the church.
No, see, distinct, not separate. No.
Distinct does not mean separate. Are you separate from your wife?
Really, really simple form. The sun being this heat object has rays. The rays are distinct but not separate from the sun. Really simple.
Yes, we're two different people.
You're separate from your wife.
Yes, my wife is my wife.
I heard it from a badger that JB is back. Welcome back. This guy grew up in the hood as preacher garden gnome.
Thank you, Vagine. Don't come here. Do not come to my town.
I'm from your wife. You're not united? Are you united or are you separate?
You know what I've been doing lately in my town since it's slowly getting... Actually, I shouldn't even say slowly. It's quickly being invaded by Indians. When I go to, like, Walmart or something, I'll just scream. I'll just say, "Welcome to Walmart!" And it doesn't matter. If my family's embarrassed, they're not getting it because it doesn't occur as something wild if I scream that. That's how far gone we are. That if I scream that, nobody flinches.
We can only be united because we're two different people. If Christ and the church is the same, there's nothing to be united.
Docetism, thank you.
They are united.
Yes, we have unity with Christ, but we are not Christ.
And they're one
Christ,
flesh?
Symbolically, yes. But we're also not sheep either.
We're not what?
We're also not literal sheep either. The church is separate from Christ.
He's so condescending, but he's not confident. He's in defense mode. So it's like this weird messaging where it's like He's nervously swigging water. And Soren looks like he just came out of hibernation, like he's unaffected by any of it. And he's just nervously drinking. He feels like this is like an actual lawyer prosecuting. I don't even know if he's a defense, right? He's not. He should be a prosecutor. Alex, switch up your whole attack in your occupation.
Anyway, I think that's pretty close to the end of our open discussion time.
Man, that's terrible. I can't even take anymore. Poor guy. It's rough. It's rough out there. It's rough out there. Yeah, totally. It's the same thing. Yeah, exactly. I have a 10-year-old. She's already starting to get like this. So yeah, so confident. So this. Yeah, it's like a chick with a beard. Honestly. Oh yeah, that would be for the state. Sorry. Yeah, that's true. I thought maybe you could start your own thing. He has a gnomon behind him, but he misses the divider and the G in the middle. Yeah, I saw that chevron. I was trying to figure out where he's at. I thought he was at some bar. Like he closed his bar or something to do this. I saw that video too. That was gross. That was gross. We suffered. You should watch more. If you give me more time codes, maybe, but I can't just slowly snail through it. It's hurting me. I have to dance around a lot more these days. You know what I mean? I can't just... I gotta watch it. Are there any clips out from modern day debate? That's the question. Are there any clips out yet? A lot of stuff going on out there. A lot of stuff. DebateCon review. Is it even available? Weird. That was that little engagement. Someone used Google Glasses and debated Jay with this like first person perspective. It's like super creepy. Reminded me like...
Jim Bob, you would warm up to us if had a cleansing bowl of curry.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's at 4? Oh, guys. Guys. In 37 minutes, Andrew and Stu Peters. You kidding me? I'm sniping that. Oh, we're going to party tonight. I have beer. Kidding me? I want to see that. It's going to be bad. Now, look. Like I just told you, I'm more of a conspiratard. I'm closer to the retardation of Stu Peters than Andrew. Completely. I don't trust any of the narratives that come out. But I couldn't possibly say I knew the true narrative. There's a big difference between not trusting the existing one and giving an alternative one. Okay? But Stu Peters is going to be just incredulous the whole time. The guy's going to just go, well, what do you say about this? It's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. Sneako's moderating it. Yeah. Beer, Jim Bob, and Andrew debate. There's nothing to debate. There's nothing to debate there. Is it on MDD? No, it's probably on Sneako's channel, but the Crucible will be streaming it. So that's within the hour. So that's good news for us. Nice. Now I'm pumped. Now I feel like, okay, there's something out here for me. I don't see many clips. I've been, my YouTube's loaded up with gold, how to do gold leafing and all sorts of iconography tips and tricks. That's where I'm at. You have a beer. I have my boosh. You have a kombucha? I actually like that. I don't really tell people much, because you say you have kombucha and you're like, everyone immediately thinks you're wearing drawstring pants and like chewing on rabbit food. But it's good. I also have some mead. Maybe I should open some mead from my fellow parishioner, Ted, started a meadery. and it's quite yummy. Strong though. You got to watch out for mead. It's like 14, 15%, but it doesn't taste like it. You know that like alcohol-y smell, taste in your mouth? Where like mead has zero of it. For like, I don't know if it's the honey or it's dangerous. And he flavors it too, so it's like kind of sweet. It's not like too fruity. It's not like gay sweet. It's just like just under gay sweet. Oh, maybe.
Jim Baird.
Maybe.
Excellent icon writing.
Thank you.
Also, thanks for exposing more people to Nathan Jacobs yesterday.
Thank
I
you.
am restarted, so alcohol is my vice. At least it's not cow pee. But you, Dr. Jacobs, and Father Hans Jacobs have kept me sane enough to finally decide to start going to liturgy again this Sunday.
Beautiful.
Satellite 3_8.
Thank you for telling me that. I'm gonna reach out now that I know that Nathan Jacobs is buddies with Father Deacon Ananias. I wanna get him on. I think that'll be a really great conversation about evolution. The metaphysics, the problem of categories. We can even try to get some people who disagree in the chat. So I'm gonna reach out to that guy. Seems like a cool dude. I'd love to have a beer, online. Have you ever come to Kansas City? I homebrew. Nice. You homebrew mead. Nice. Kansas City. Have I ever been to Kansas City? You guys have tornadoes there, right? Or is that just Kansas? Gay sweet mead. Gay sweet mead. Oh, today's fast free too. Just check my app. Yeah, I'm at that level. I have to still check an app to know if I'm fasting, okay? Whatever. Like you're better than me? Shut up. Shut up. The question is beer, mead, what's it called? Rye. Should I do a maybe I should start a poll. Beer, B, M, or R? B, M, or R? We got to know what Meg Bob's going to bring me with her one arm. Sometimes I drink Saint Germain liquor straight. I don't know if isn't that Tengu? Isn't that supposed to just be an added flavor, like that you put a little bit in in a drink? What a weirdo. I mean, I haven't tried it, so, Okay, so we got beer, we got an M, we got a B, we got an M. Very little R's. Wow. Bunch of pussies. R, then M, then B, M, 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 M. I feel like I told him, a couple of you guys may have bought some bottles from him, actually. I really appreciate that. Because he gave me 6. I gave them to neighbors and gave them to my godfather. I have 3 left. So, maybe I should open a bottle of mead and showcase it and tell you guys where to get it. Okay? Maybe I should do that. In the meantime, I have to at least set you guys up with something to watch so that I can run downstairs and open the bottle, because Meg Bob won't be able to do that on her own. But she's getting better. She went to... she's going to physical therapy, and she's doing her, her little exercises, and she's weaning off her big, obnoxious sling. For those of you who've had shoulder surgery, the most impossible 2 words to say, there's a big, obnoxious pillow in front of you, kind of, and it's just everywhere. It's got to be terrible. I would hate it. I probably wouldn't repair properly because I would just be like, I'm not wearing this. Mead with rye chaser? No. Oh, yeah. Okay. But yeah, that's what I should do. Biden. Now, I'm not really politics guy. Biden and Nick Fuentes. What a weird dude. What an absolute weirdo that guy is. All right. What is this? All right. This looks like a good thing. Okay, guys, I'm gonna put this up. I'm gonna run down. I'm gonna open the mead bottle. I'm gonna show it to you guys so that you guys you could buy some from the guy. He started his own meadery. Okay, so I'm gonna help him out. Help out my fellow parishioners and their ventures. Okay, I'll be right back.
Why are you a Nazi?
Inclusion has been our greatest strength. Diversity has been our greatest strength.
White people do feel like we are being boxed out.
A 26-year-old white kid doesn't feel like he has access because he's been canceled, and the problem is black people.
I didn't say the problem's black people.
Well, you just did, Nick. You just
said the problem is crime, and we know who's doing the crime in Chicago.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes.
About the Holocaust things?
Oh, about that. We get to say whatever we want on the internet. We get to deny.
I want to find common ground of how much of a shithead Donald Trump is. We can get there, okay?
The kind of first question that I had whenever I caught wind that you wanted to do an interview like this is, why now? What made you want to sit down for this kind of interview?
Well, I think it's an interesting conversation to have all of us here. And, I think it's a moment in our country when there's a lot of realignment. I think that people recognize, especially in the past couple of years, I'm like a non-conventional critic, maybe, of what's happening. And so I think it'll be an interesting, productive conversation. I think it'll be different.
But I mean, specifically, because we kind of share a publicist, I heard that you wanted to kind of... Okay, we have a publicist that you hit up, and you said that you wanted to talk to someone who would give you kind of a fair shot to clear up some things and maybe some misconceptions about you and the things you believe.
Absolutely, yeah. I think that I'm somebody who I think, like you, actually, maybe we have this in common, is kind of pigeonholed in a certain way for things that we've done in the past or things that we've said.
Yeah, I'm a crackhead.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm racist, right?
I got pigeonholed there. Mine is true. Yeah.
Yeah, well, mine's a little true. Maybe a little, no. But yeah, so I think it'd be good to clear up some of the misrepresentations and put out something accurate.
So what do you think is the most misrepresented thing about you?
Well, I think really the whole image everybody has about me. When...
Gosh, he's so gay. So yeah, this is it. You can't really see it, but it's Hyperborean meadery. Hyperborean meadery. This is a sunlight elixir. So you guys can find that Hyperborean meadery. Let me see if it's on the back here. He really should put the website on the back, though. I got to tell him about that. Just look up Hyperborean meadery. It's in Calhan, Colorado, El Paso County. And it's made with local honey. And it causes birth defects if you drink it when you're pregnant. So there's that. Cool? All right.
When you mentioned me, I think on a recent show, you said you want to ask me, why are you a Nazi?
Yeah.
And that's how everybody knows me. Everybody thinks of me as a white supremacist Nazi, and I don't think that's really true at all. I think that we definitely have different values. I mean, you're more from the left, I'm more from the right. But
Wait, did you get it from them, Craig? Did you get it from Ted? Nice.
I don't think I'm a hater. I'm not a hateful person.
It is Heil Hitler Friday, Heil Hitler, all my niggas Nazis.
Hitler was very fucking cool.
Yes, I do.
One of them.
And I'm tired of pretending he's not.
So what's the thing about
Hitler's really cool. You saw that? You saw that? You saw that? Hey Dan, $5. I don't catch a lot of streams. Have you seen Peugeot's initial Odyssey review? Well, I don't know much about Odyssey or the movie, and I heard mixed things about it, so no, I didn't. But I guess I'll try. Rumble, I should be. Sometimes the Rumble just crashes the stream, though. I can't really rely on Rumble. I don't like Rumble at all, actually. I don't like their chat features. I don't like their play, system. I don't like their aesthetics. I don't like it. But that's another reason that I don't like it, is that I'll select Rumble, and then I go midstream, and it just stops. Just stops.
About, I guess, traditional Nazism that you think you disagree with the most?
Well, it's a non-Christian ideology. So, I mean, look, I believe that race is real, as the Nazis did, but I don't think it utterly defines a person. As a Christian, I think we're all created beings. I do believe there's such a thing as a universal human community. And so I think it's a cruel ideology. I've said this on my show, by the way, but I mean, that would maybe be the fundamental.
Did you always feel that way?
Always, yeah, absolutely.
So
Why is that guy in a midget chair? Looks so uncomfortable. That's like the worst way to sit. Like you're falling backwards and you're working to lean forward and your lower back is straining during. Why is there a bed behind you, dude? This is weird. This is like a room from one of the videos from the laptop. What the hell's going on here? Did anyone say anything about the room they're in? Got a nice bed laid out. Got these 3 different colored cuck chairs. Got little sconce lamps. So the room is just nicely lit for Nick and Hunter. Whoops. Sorry about that.
Today we're gonna do something a little bit different.
I always click the thing. I always do that. Weird place.
Even whenever you were younger and stuff.
I did, but
weird.
You know, you got to recognize times have changed. 10 years ago, we had a totally different political world. The regulation and policing of speech, you know, what you would call wokeness, I think was at an all-time high when I got started as a very young man.
What would you call wokeness?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and I think, I mean, would you not say there were some excesses maybe in those days?
Yeah, in those days, I wasn't doing too well, so I wasn't paying much attention. Anyway.
Oh, you're doing real well today.
I would love to.
Well, back then I wasn't doing too well, as opposed to last week.
Here, and I'm not asking you to like retract everything that you've ever said and all, or anything. But I said that I would love to talk to you because number one,
Christo is a character I did. I'll play the clip now that you guys got a taste of it.
I told you this, is that I think you're really smart. And I think that with that comes in a real responsibility. And you have an audience. And I have a friend whose son is my daughter's age, maybe 28, your age. And he's really smart. And he is a big fan of yours. And so by virtue of the relationship, I got to learn what it is that why
Hunter Biden should be an actor.
He is a fan of yours. And none of it has to do...
I could see him doing like a remake of Lethal Weapon or something.
I would hope you agree.
And what is this weird cut to the grainy footage? Everything about this weird channel, what are you up to? Andrew Callahan? This dude's into weird stuff. Let me just tell you. Like, no, it'll be great. It'll be like, we'll get Hunter Biden in a hotel bedroom that's really darkly, dimly lit, like we're at a Motel 6. And then we'll put ourselves in strange designer chairs. And then we'll use grainy cut-to footage that is probably like, equivalent to like footage that you find in the evidence, the batches of evidence in the evidence room.
Like really egregious things that you've said in the past about the
so weird
Holocaust or about,
Did the Jews ever talk about the 100 million whites that died in World War II?
Different than yours. I just wanted to hear from you. When you say you were canceled by the right in 2016.
Yes.
I almost felt like in preparing to meet you now is that your reaction to that was to just dig deeper and deeper into kind of the outsider kind of radical say anything for the purpose of generating the attention to build an audience. Is that true? And it's not an accusation. I really mean it. I want this to be a conversation as much as possible.
I mean, that's
weird. You know those weird home videos where they're like, nobody realized that this home video footage was the last footage before he took all of his family members with an axe. Yeah, well, let's get that vibe. That'll get him. Never forget, this is the guy who Biden sent as VP to negotiate energy deals, right, quote, leading up to the Ukraine fiasco. And Zelensky was literally an actor, yeah. Yep. It's weird.
There's certainly some truth.
Also, it's like, where are we now in politics? Like, where Hunter Biden is a relevant person talking alongside Nick Fuentes. Now, Nick Fuentes is still relevant, but like the pairing is like, what is it? Is it like, are we now borrowing like an eyesore to draw views. You know how the restaurant signs, they sometimes put like a Z backwards so that you notice something's really wrong with it and it actually catches your attention. It's like Biden's like a car crash, and the only use of it is the name Biden as a car crash and Nick Fuentes. It's like it's such a bizarre time to engage and watch what's happening in like political discourse, because it's so mangled together. Like, I can't make sense of it. Like, I don't know what I'm looking at. Like, are we now fully into entertainment intertwined with politics so that they're indiscernible? I know they've always been connected. I don't understand it. It's like a politics now has like their own genres. And the genres are getting so obscure that I can't name them. This is a perfect example. I don't know what I'm looking at. I don't know what I'm looking at.
But I think that might be overstating it a little bit, because I really got canceled by the right and the left.
Joe Biden. Yeah.
And back in those days in 2017,
look at him just getting pimples, doesn't even have hair under his armpits.
You had these far left journalists at Huffington Post, right?
I'm always scared where they clip to things because I just always expect a gun.
Started 2017. That time period was like crucial for getting people off mainstream platforms. Is that correct?
Yeah, and I would say
14 minutes, hit the goal. Thank you so much. Yeah, I appreciate that. What is it? 4 o'clock's coming up. I think I have to leave though. See, Meg Bob can't drive, so I have to do all the driving. To like, kid after school events. I'm not sure when I'm gonna have to leave. Maybe I'll catch a good hour though, at least, of the debate. But hit that goal, y'all. Definitely should talk to Nathan Jacobs if you can. His episode, The Most Important Question, is a good intro to nominalism and its effect on our collective thinking. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely pester him about that. Definitely.
Say that you got to get into the psychology of those days. It felt like anybody that wasn't on board with the most progressive agenda had no options. There was just no alternative. It was going to be progressive, liberal, feminist, BLM, all that kind of stuff. And if you were to the right of John McCain, you're no platformed. Censored, banned from all the platforms, you're fired from your job, you're ostracized socially. And I think what happened really in 2021 when Trump got banned from the platforms is it felt like 70 million people got canceled. 70 million people that voted for Trump, or 60, 70 million people, we were all felt like, oh, so if Trump is out of politics and we're all banned from the platforms, then how is there any redress for our grief?
You know, it'd be funny, really artistic, if Nick Fuentes was not in that yellow seat. And the yellow seat was still there. It was just empty. And he was like sort of like in the bed back here, just kind of like with his arms wrapped around both of his knees and just talking from way back there. I mean, at least that would be art.
Grievances.
I think that would actually get more views.
Just have to shut up and get with the program, and we're all going to be progressive. And I think that drove people to a far more radical place where people said, well, what really is a solution? We can't talk. We can't express ourselves. We can't participate in the process or run for office. And I was one of the people saying that's exactly what's going to happen. It's going to drive people to extremism. If you don't talk, if people don't feel like they have a seat at the table and enfranchisement, I think then they start exploring options outside the system, outside of the political process, the democratic process. So I think it's self-inflicted in many ways.
So you feel like after the mass deplatforming in 2021, whenever people on the right got pushed to platforms like Parler, Gab, Rumble, etc., the lack of discourse and like the political singularity of those platforms created more extremism?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because look, you take Trump off of Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and I predicted this in 21. I said, watch, you're going to see alternative social media rise.
That guy's raised $1 million. Which guy, though? The channel owner? That seems to be like a whole other way of doing income these days. 5 more, y'all. Yes, 5 more. 11 minutes, y'all. 5 more.
Because some venture capitalist is going to see there's a huge market of 70 million people.
It's weird production, Funder. It's just weird production. Everything about it's weird. But, I mean, whatever. They're doing their thing. How many people they got? Whoa, I mean, there's 4 million views in 3 days. The channel has 3 million. I've never heard. I'm like boomering out these days. I'll find a channel that has like 700 million followers. I'm like, what is this? And I click on it, and it's just like a gamer streamer who's trying a zip line in Ecuador. And I'm like, I'm so glad I found iconography.
People that are going to follow Trump, because Trump is no platformed. And that's exactly what happened. Rumble blew up, Elon bought Twitter, and what happened when you had total free speech on these platforms? Well, Twitter now resembles 4chan. And now, there's no gatekeepers. And I think it did push people in a radical direction. And honestly, people are even blowing past me. Now there's like mainstream normie types that are even blowing past me in terms of how radical they are. People start saying things like, there's no political solution, there's going to be a civil war, we need a revolution. And I think that's because the message from the left was, you're crushed. You have no options, you can't win, there's no alternative. Trump is going to be indicted and charged and can't run. You can't be on Twitter, you can't have a job. And so people started to say, okay, well,
Hunter needs to purchase a few of those wide belly dress shirts. Yeah. I mean, he does look a little bit more healthier than maybe last year. That poor bottom button is about to pop off. It's incredibly high velocity. Yeah. Yeah. I know that feeling, though, so I can't really laugh, especially lately. Oof. It's been rough. Have monies. Thank you, Briarwolf. Thank you for the monies. Appreciate you.
We still exist. We're still here. We still have these concerns. What do we do now? And then people start to say, well, we need a revolution. And I'm one of the only people saying, no, we should still engage in the process and talk with each other. And it's not all one-sided. I think there's problems on the left and the right, but I certainly think it takes two to tango.
Okay, so we agree. I think that there are problems on the left and the right. And I don't disagree with some of the things that you just said.
I just want to know one thing, Nick. Have you ever chained up an 11-year-old to a pipe? Oh, where am I? What?
I guess I just came to
It's like it's surreal that we're it's surreal that we're listening to Hunter Biden. Like look at Nick. He's like, yeah, I really want to know what you have to say. There's literally photos of you with 8-year-olds. Yeah, no. Let me get what you got to say.
Different conclusion that there are some things that people should be deplatformed for. Not that.
The dude is talking about deplatforming people. He probably should be shipped off to another country and never let in the country again. This guy.
They can't say it where they want to say it.
Mark my, he will. It could be. It actually could be the case. I'm not even like, whoa, no way, that's crazy.
Say it, but I think that it's a right of anybody.
Okay, top 3 things. What do you think?
There's a difference between being able to say that you're proud of your white heritage and also being just a flat-out racist. I think that there's a difference between saying you're proud of your Christian heritage and the white culture from what you come from, and
that guy's baseless too, Like some of his impulses are in a decent direction. This guy, what is his name? Orvils? Terrible name, whatever it is. Arvel. Sounds like an overall company. Sounds like a fishing lure. Orville. You're like, oh, yeah. That's like the white man's black name. It's like, how do I pronounce this? Can you make it easier, please? Arvel. Okay. How about Adam or like Eddie? Anyway, this guy tried a sort of like pro-white place. And you think, oh, okay, there's something based about isolating your culture and being around people who look like you and share your values, and you don't have a bunch of Indians running around, you don't have black people shooting each other in the neighborhood, and everyone could go out and play. Okay, it's good. It's a good impulse. But the thing is, it's based in broken. Well, I think he's like pagan at this point. This one, total mess, absolute mess of a worldview. And that's the thing is, like, everyone's trying to build a somewhat of a church without the church. They're trying to build a church. They're trying to build the congregation without the church. They can't do it. It'll always fail you.
Nazis.
Aardvark.
For a like an armed revolution.
Mm-hmm.
Like people calling for actual violence. You're opposed to.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm against violence,
Yeah.
and I do think those are one of the legitimate things that should be taken from the platform.
No one's against violence, by the way. I thought about this. If you want abortion to be illegal, you're pro-violence. Political violence. Now, I get that when they say that, they're saying violence absent the ordered system of voting. But the ordered system of voting is never absent violence anyway. So you should just bite the bullet and be like, well, no, I'm actually for using violence through the state to deploy policies that are aligned with my ethical system. Everyone just keeps retreating. Everyone keeps retreating to some other thing where you're just going to what? You're going to debate. You're going to debate the fulfillment of your Christian national reality. You're going to debate it. You're going to vote Christian nationalism into existence. No, you're not. No, I didn't.
You know, there's a lot of this stuff on social media I don't agree with, but again, you know, what started to happen is there was this like editorial censorship where certain ideas were banned. And it was such a broad brush and also totally opaque and ad hoc. You'd be on YouTube, like I was, for example, they banned me for life and didn't even give me a reason. Not a specific quote, not a specific...
Here's the thing. Here's what I'd love people to get, especially those who are pretty passionate about living around people who look like them and they happen to be white. If you took all of the white people and you somehow removed all of the black people and the Indians and everyone else who came into the country illegally and even legally, and you suddenly started with the pristine peachy color. If you started with a pristine peachy color, which we mostly did, and you still started from the perspective of the Enlightenment philosophy, the liberty above all kind of philosophy, you're still going to create the hellscape that we're in. And I don't think many people are getting this still. I don't think they're getting it. They're still not. They really believe that if you just sort of fix the abacus so that it's mostly peachy skin on the abacus and you remove all of the other colors, then suddenly you're in a better position. It's like, well, not exactly. No, not exactly. You know, pagans are peachy, often peachy too. They're pretty peachy looking, those pagans.
Specific infraction, and so you don't know what the rules are, you don't know what the process is, they just take you down, and especially now when everything is digital. That's
2 more on this goal, 2 minutes left, 2 more.
It's not just the social platforms, it's the other ones like Uber, Airbnb, whatever. It feels like you're being denied almost something like a civil right, because the social platforms are the modern public square. Increasingly with Uber, Airbnb, the banking apps, you can't live your life without the tech platforms. And it felt like if you just simply had the wrong opinions or you were the wrong kind of person, you were being deprived of like a basic civil right or being able to participate in society. So
I don't think any of this is relevant. I mean, maybe I'm just in my own niche. Maybe we're special people out here in Jortlandia. It's so surface topical garbage. It's almost like they're preparing Nick to be a politician. So he's softening everything and everything's getting normie. Everything, all the points are getting super normie now. Or all these like weird sort of like, oh, I'm going to take a reasonable approach. Everything sounds so reasonable. And I don't mean actually reasonable. I mean like the performance. You guys know what I mean, right? Where you perform what sounds like reasonable. It's politics. He's going to run. This is like the prep. This is my hunch. This is him cleaning the blemishes. He doesn't want to sell hats anymore. He's trapped himself in the extreme camp, right? The compound media camp, where you say more extreme and more extreme things. The Candace Owens effect, the Owen Benjamin effect. You're trapped in saying the most extreme stuff. The only way out is to sort of like sterilize yourself and go back through the narrow gates of politics and broken, reduced dialectics, and you come back to your basic talking points again. well, the left has a thing and the right has their own problems. And what I want to do is get together. It's like a job interview. This is like a casting call. They're even in the right room. Like, does anyone else see through this? Can you ask me a question? Now you're going to ask too? I don't know why people do that. Am I reading too much into this? This is what it feels like. It feels like, it sounds like, it's presented like, okay, let's figure out how to, you know what it is? You know what it sounds like? Diplomacy. It reeks of diplomacy. It reeks of the political speak of, let's be diplomatic. And you got a bed behind you. Super weird. Super weird. It's his I want to go back on the bagel media tour. Yeah, it's like almost asking to be back on. There was a rule before. Maybe the rule's gone. There was a rule where once you leave mainstream, if you were mainstream, and you go to compound, it's very difficult and often impossible to come back to mainstream. But as we're seeing with alternative media, the collapse of mainstream, the collapse of the clout mainstream has, it's gone. This idea of like getting on a big podcast, like nothing against my buddies who have, congrats to them for getting on what we see as large podcasts, But the leverage of these things are dissolving. The leverage of all things, the leverage of all of these talking heads. It's like getting saturated or something. It seems to be equalizing. There's like an equilibrium. And so I think a lot of people, some people who want back in, I don't think they realize what they want back in doesn't exist anymore. It just doesn't exist. There's no back in. There's no back to Hollywood. You can't go back to Hollywood. It's gone. You can't go back to mainstream journalism or political talk, radio or whatever. It's gone. So what are they trying to get to? Like, what's the play here? I think Nick Fuentes is going through sort of like a purity, like his own baptism, the death of the previous Fuentes, and you're going to get the more diplomatic, reasonable, matured Nick Fuentes, the political figure. And diplomacy is like compromise. So this reeks of, this is what I'm saying. This reeks of compromise, like prepping for compromise. We got to compromise. Let's compromise. Speaking of compromise, you guys didn't hit my goal. So, yeah, I can't even watch any of it anymore, actually. It's actually painful. It feels like I'm watching a Apprentice or something. Feels like I'm watching The Apprentice. Okay, he wants back into politics, okay? Good luck. We're on a road to nowhere. Sell out. I don't even know if he's selling out. To sell out, you actually have to have some rigid values. That's what a sellout would be. You'd have rigid values and your ethics and your integrity, and in exchange for money, notoriety, or status, you undermine your own principles. That's selling out. I don't think Nick Fuentes really had any rigid principles. I think he got in young as a really good statesman, a really good person who can speak with charisma, and he's funny, and he's smart, and he's quick, he's sharp. He knows stuff. He knows a fair amount of stuff. And he was like the hero people wanted at the time. That's our guy. But was it ever really grounded in anything? I don't think it was. I don't think it was grounded in much. I think it was just kind of like, I always called him the Carson Daly for far-right conservatism. He's like a VJ. It was like if MTV wasn't about music and music videos and all that, but it was rather about pop politics. Like Nick Fuentes has always been, to me, the Carson Daly of far-right politics. And then it's like, oh, what are you doing now, Carson Daly's? Oh, well, I got a job here and here. And it's like, to me, that's what Nick Fuentes is doing right now. He's like shopping for a job. He's shopping for a boat, for an ark. It's not the true ark. It's not orthodoxy. It's It's back to politics. It's not even Catholicism, actually. You almost never get this guy talking about people converting. Convert to Catholicism. Let's go. Almost never.
I'm voting for whoever kisses the cow.
Probably. You stay out of my country. You guys are sick. You guys don't even work out at the gym either. I don't know what you're doing. What are you studying, the electronics and the software of the freaking machines? I don't get it. Someone else is live streaming. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. I don't see him on yet. I see him live streaming, but I don't see Stu's face on there, so I'm just watching from afar here. Okay. You guys stay here, okay? I need more super chats. Andrew doesn't need any super chats, okay? I need them. Okay? Stop it. Just stop it. Look at the pig snake behind me. This is going to be embarrassing for Stu Peters. And I told you, I'm not even like, oh, you know, the official narrative seems completely reasonable. No, I have just as many tightly fitted tinfoil hats as the next guy. But I just know how these people operate. They're like manic. They're like Marty Leeds. They just rattle off things and they go, okay, then tell me how. And this is what it's going to be like. Well, Andrew, can you tell me why XYZ? Okay, so can you tell me why it is that this person received a text at this time on the Tuesday after? Can you explain that, Andrew? That's all you're going to get. That's it. That's all you're going to get. It's just going to be like that. It's just going to be... And that's how all these podcasts are when you watch them. You're like trying to find an angle. You're like, okay, I want to expose Israel. I would love it. I'd be vindicated in all of my intuitions if I could have a proper analysis and a defense, or an offense, I should say, that Israel was behind the thing, or in conjunction with Tapusa or something like this. I love that stuff. That's what good movies are made of. I want it to be true. Thank you, Sin City. But nobody's winning that game, unfortunately. Nobody's coming with anything. They're just coming with trash. They're just coming with nonsense and trash. Look, even look at that background, bro. That is bad, man. That's like streaming from Walmart, dude. That's just bad. That's like boomer aesthetics, man. And where is Sneeko calling from? A hospital? Dude, it's pure sterile. Look at that. Ugh. Nothing. This is Sneeko's apartment here. What the hell, bro? What the hell? You look like you're in like a fancy purse store. What are you doing, dude? Get some aesthetics. Get some beauty. Get some color in there. What are you doing? It's like you live inside an ice tray. What the hell's going on here? It looks like a high-end dentist office. The two aesthetics next to each other is...
Yeah, it's your screen share.
Sneeko's such a meathead, dude.
Oh, there you go. Looks good now.
Such a meathead.
Oh, well then, thanks for that one, Mr. E.
Can you tell me?
All right,
Mr.
so Stu, how much time do you have?
Fuck up. You're fired, Mr. E.
Today? Because
you know how many lashings you need, Mr. E? Is your back bleeding enough? Isn't your back bleeding enough?
Andrew, we were discussing it. You have an hour? Okay. Is that okay, Andrew?
Oh, perfect. An hour.
And
I could leave
only
in an hour,
interject
too.
if there is too many interruptions and all.
I will raise money for Andrew to grow a ponytail. Okay. I will match what they're offering Candace Owens to debate for Andrew to grow a visible ponytail. That's slick back. Okay? Just putting it out there.
Not the time for this problem, bro.
Stu, did you see Pablo tweet? Apparently, I'm the reason that people hate Muslims in America now.
No, that's supposed to be out of scene.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, I just
source. It's supposed to be source. There you go.
Yeah, and flock cameras exist for
History.
you and I, right?
You're gonna have one of your
flock cameras.
pinkies. Gonna have one of your pinkies. Usually I take skulls. In this case, a pinky will do. Your pinky's gonna be in my freezer, mystery. You can get it after the debate.
Are good now. That's what that's all about. Stu, can you raise your microphone a little bit? It's a little low. Your audio.
I don't know.
You don't know how to raise your microphone, Stu? Oh, you're going to figure out the Charlie Kirk murder, but you don't know how to fix your microphone? This is an embarrassment.
I just joined Zoom. Like,
is there a way you can make it louder? Or maybe I could just raise your
All right, I'm all set.
Raise.
Check 1 2, check 1 2.
It's good? Okay, chat's saying it's fine. Okay, that sounds great.
All right.
All right, so let's see who goes first. Someone want to flip a coin?
Flip a coin? What the hell's wrong with you, Sneeko? You don't deserve this. I get it. He has a lot of followers, right? It's good. It's good for eyes. You know, who am I? 30K, maybe 600 people in chat. Flip a coin?
Truth, hypothesis, or assertion,
I'm gonna beat you
and
up.
it doesn't always support a conclusion. Proof is a successful demonstration of a claim. Stu Peters, like many of these independent investigators working on the Kirk case, produced some evidence for some claims, but never proof. And their evidence always falls short for there to be a conclusion.
So
especially
what?
the ones that they
Should we do rock, paper, scissors, shoot?
An example.
We do that at the Mecca. We actually flip a coin who gets to kiss the butthole rock.
One, but if I show you that I'm holding a cigarette, that would be proof. Stu has made many claims. Some
True,
he just
Matthew.
plain has no evidence for, and some so little it just doesn't support his conclusion. He's going to ask a lot of questions, but he doesn't seem to be great at demonstrating the claims that he's already made. Claim one,
So
Stu
gay,
Peters
Mike. It's
says
so
Andrew
gay
Colvett is Jewish. This was posted by him September 21st. Quote, Andrew Colvett is a Jew, and I'm not buying even one piece of the official Charlie Kirk assassination story. No evidence given for the claim at all. Both of Colvett's parents were Catholic. There isn't any evidence he has any ethnic Jewish blood at all. So that's just totally made up. Claim two, quote, we now with 100% certainty know that Andrew Colvett was linked to Fort Huachuca in the days and weeks leading up to Charlie Kirk's assassination. That was July 17th on X. Colvett denies the claim, and the only evidence Stu has made for the claim is a man named Snow, who also believes...
10 seconds.
What? You said 3 minutes.
That's a 2. You want? I can push it to 3 if it goes.
Yeah. 2 minutes? Gosh, you suck, Sneeko. Sneeko, you suck. L.
Yeah, you said
L.
I'm retarded. I saw 1 + 1 + 1 = 1. Can you tell me how that's the case, Andrew?
At 3 minutes, yeah.
Okay,
I'm sorry. I'm retarded.
Another minute, so I'll give you 3 as well.
Yeah,
Colvett,
moron.
Colvett.
Yeah, moron. You stop making a monkey face?
Denies the claim. The only evidence Stu has made for the claim is a man named Snow, who also believes his father's the Zodiac killer and that a
He's
cockroach
writing
he
notes.
captured was actually
like
a
this.
spying device.
He's all...
Thus far, he hasn't shown us the cockroach even. Snow has provided no evidence for the presence of Andrew Colvett, Erica Kirk, or anybody being at Fort Huachuca. Past, trust me, bro, I saw them. Next, he uses Anna Escobar and her Google Analytics, which can't be replicated
Sneeko's
as the data
moderating.
isn't there. But most importantly, from her own admission, may not have come from the base at all, as there are 45,000 residents in that suburb. $6,500 the base. She says this herself. There's no good reason to believe, based on this evidence, that Erica Kirk was ever there, or Andrew Colvett, or anybody else No Claims was. In other words, Stu Peters can't actually tie anybody to actually being there, even though he claims Andrew Colvett is 100% tied to the fort, a guy who's never been there. Thus, the evidence doesn't support the conclusion. His conclusion is that TPUSA reps Erica Kirk and Israel worked together to kill Kirk, and we in no way ever get to that conclusion. I think that it's a bummer we only have 3 minutes to do this, but
That's
okay.
your time.
All right.
Okay, perfect. Stu,
Oh, this is going to be bad.
you have 3 minutes starting now.
Look, and I want it. Look, I told you guys, I'm biased actually toward the conspiracy world. I'm biased. I'm actually biased, generally speaking, against the position Andrew's basically taking, which is he's just saying, look, you guys are coming up with all these alternatives. You're going to have to showcase how they're justified. And I'm pretty left in the weights wanting with it.
To what I would say is inarguably the world's largest in history crowdsourced investigation into who it is that's responsible for the murder of Charlie Kirk. So, I mean, I can yield my time because I'm just interested in Andrew's debate points.
Oh, I see. What a coward, dude. You're the one claim. Look, this is not how it works. You're coming to the positive claim that these people have something to do with this murder. Okay? I'm just interested in Andrew's point.
So, what evidence do you have?
Oh, boy.
Rather than shifting the burden on
shifting the burden on you,
Peters.
Whoa.
Rather than shifting the burden where I have to prove that it was a trapdoor and a magnetic force field and a drone swarm and an exploding mic and a second gunman on the Losi Center.
This is not going to go well.
Rather than talking about Ana Escobar and Google search images, let's just talk about your evidence. What evidence is it, rather than shifting the burden onto me, that you want to debate that will satisfy the audience that Tyler Robinson definitely shot Charlie Kirk?
You have 1 minute, but I think you can yield the time. So let's do 1 minute rebuttal, uninterrupted from Andrew, and then another 1 minute rebuttal from Stu, and then we can go to free flow discussion. Andrew, you have a minute.
Yeah, so these aren't the claims. Right now there's a trial going on. Neither of us have access to the totality of the evidence. So I don't even need to make the claims. Not necessary. You have made actual claims here.
He's going to wiggle out.
You have claimed that Charlie Kirk was killed by a microphone. He was murdered by a microphone. Even though it's the case that when Jews did this and the Israelis did this and they had exploding pagers, there was smoke, there was all sorts of things like this.
Yeah, thank you.
You have never provided a single piece of evidence for that absurd claim. Not one in that claim. You're avoiding your claim for Tajuka. You're not actually telling us how it is that you could make the claim that Colvett was 100% there. That's what you claimed. Do you have any evidence to support that other than Snow saying, trust me, bro? No.
Okay,
how do you get to these conclusions, dude? How do you get to the conclusions of what it is that you think? Right now, we have a trial going on. And here's the thing. I'm happy
That's
to
a minute. That's a minute, Andrew. We can do free flow. Let's give a minute. We'll go to free flow. Let's do a minute from Stu, and then we'll go free flow. Go ahead, Stu.
We wouldn't be talking about any of this at all if you're here to debate the claims that Erica Kirk makes that Tyler Robinson's guilty, that Jack Posobiec says Tyler Robinson's guilty. That's the claim that has been made. That is the man who's on trial for his life.
Dude, this is stalemate.
And there is no trial. Actually, preliminary hearings have taken place, at which point the prosecution was supposed to provide the most damning evidence possible to take this thing to a trial.
Yeah, that's
where
true.
they'll stick a needle in his arm or put him in a gas chamber or blow his head off or whatever it is that they're going to do so they can get him out of here. Jack Posobiec, Erica Kirk forgives this man as if he's already guilty. The claims have been made by everybody that pays you. You're paid by Turning Point USA. They apparently, nobody that likes them wants to do business. So they come and get a guy that hates them. You're on the record saying Erica Kirk is fucking retarded.
What?
Until the minute that you take a paycheck, and now she's the best at everything, and Tyler Robinson is definitely guilty. So we are here to talk about the evidence that you have.
10 seconds.
Tyler Robinson killed Charlie Kirk.
That's weak.
No, that's not what we're here to discuss. We're here to discuss all claims being made. And if you want to
So
take, hang on. If you want to take 30 minutes,
you don't have any evidence.
Hang on, bro. Listen to what I'm saying. If you want to take 30 minutes to discuss your claims and then 30 minutes to discuss mine, I'm happy to do that. But you can't shift out of the burden of your own claims. Can we start with those, and then after that 30 minutes is done, You can ask
burden
me
is not
whatever
on
it is
me.
that you
the
want.
burden isn't on me.
The burden
It's
is
not
on you for claims that you've
Escobar.
made.
It's not on Candace Owens. It's not on Baron Coleman. The burden is not on any of us.
Let me just ask you directly.
That's not
Did
how these
Erica
cases
Kirk
work.
and TP? By the way, I don't work for TP USA. That's a lie. Secondly,
What do you mean?
when
You went on stream and said that you took a job with Turning Point.
No, I didn't.
Yes,
I went
you
on
did.
stream, and here's my exact words.
You're denying
I
that
have
you went on stream and said that you
self-anointed
worked for
Dave Smith
myself. I
and
don't work
Five.
for TP USA.
You didn't get
and
paid
I never
by
made the
Turning Point
claim.
USA.
Sure, to give a debate course.
Okay, so you've been paid by Turning Point USA.
So has their guys who mow their lawn.
Yeah,
Okay, they
you work for the lawnmower company.
That was the
USA
point.
too.
The
They work
difference
for the
is the
Jew
guy
making
completely
shit up, bro.
She's not
The people who mowed Tapussa's lawn.
retarded anymore.
You're just making
right?
shit up. All
She's not
women are
retarded
retarded.
anymore.
All women are retarded.
Okay, so
All
anyway,
Caravaggio, the origins of Islam is. Oh, I can't pause this. Sorry.
Am I
They can't
stuttering?
find
Hang on.
anyone
Yeah, there's some
who likes
Gnosticism
All
too,
women.
Caravaggio.
They
That would
can't find
necessarily
anyone
include
who.
Erica Kirk are fucking retarded. All of them.
Okay, this is what your tactic is. You want to move away from what the debate core is. You want to shift the burden.
I want to know,
the
first
burden
of all, do you
is,
believe that there was an
tell
exploding
me how
microphone?
Tyler Robinson
That's
killed
right.
Charlie
I mean,
Kirk.
it's
Yeah,
fair.
I'm
Actually,
happy,
it's
I'm happy
fair.
to get to
Alan.
all these claims. Let's start with
Okay, well, that's what we're here
yours.
for. So
You
start
have
there.
made
You are the guy who's
claims.
been paid by Turning Point to
You
come
have
here
made
and tell
claims.
us
This is just
how I'm
well
crazy and
poisoning.
Baron's
Yeah,
crazy
so
and
let's start with
everybody
your
is
claims.
dangerous.
Who cares?
Was Andrew Colvett?
I don't have
at-
any claims.
What-
I'm investigating what
you don't have
happened
any
to Charlie
claims?
Kirk
I'm
because I don't
investigating.
believe you. I
Was
don't believe
Andrew-
Erica.
listen,
I don't
was
believe these
Andrew
people. The burden
Colvett-
is on
Was
you.
Andrew Colvett at Fort Tuchaka or not?
We're not here to discuss
Answer the
Fort
question,
Huachuca
Stu.
or flights or
Was
exploding
he
mics.
there
We're
or
not here to
Stu?
debate that. Are you telling
was he
me
there, Stu?
that you are you
Was he
wasting
there?
everybody's time?
Was he there, Stu?
Do you not have any evidence that
Stu.
Tyler Robinson killed Charlie
Stu,
Kirk?
was he there or not?
Did Tyler Robinson
Was he
kill
there
Charlie Kirk?
or not, Stu?
Did Tyler Robinson kill Charlie
I think
Kirk?
the evidence supports that, sure. Now, answer my question. Was Andrew Colvett at Fort Tuchaka or not? Was he there or not, Stu?
Where's Andrew Colvett? Why
Answer
won't
the
he come out
question,
and answer that
Stu.
question?
And why don't you
Okay.
answer the question since you made the claim? Was he there or not?
Where is the evidence that
Stu,
Tyler
answer
Robinson
my
Is
question.
Stu
killed
Peters
Charlie
gay?
Kirk?
Answer my question. Was he there
I'm
or
not
not?
here to answer your questions.
You're not here
I'm
to answer
debate
any
you.
questions about any of the things
Oh,
that
he
you
lost.
postulated
It's-
as being
he
true.
lost.
You're
You
not
can't
here
support
to
a
answer
single
any
claim.
questions
He
as
lost
to
it.
how it is definitely true that
I
Tyler
swear to
Robinson
you, I'll
is
answer
guilty.
all of
He
yours if
lost
you
it.
just answer mine.
You've been on the internet demonizing
dodging.
everybody who's looking
Yeah,
into
he's
the murder of
dodging.
Charlie
You won't answer
Kirk. You were
questions.
begging for Baron Coleman
And
to come
you
and talk
won't
about how
answer any
Tyler
questions
Robinson
about
is
your
so
view.
guilty.
This
until
guy's
I came
dodging
into
like
the
your
chat.
guys. You're
Andrew
dodging
Colvett
the chat goal.
Fort
Tell us
Tuchaka.
how.
Was
Tell
Andrew
us how.
Colvett
He's
at
totally
I don't know
sneaking
if
around.
Andrew Colvett
Then
was
why
at
did you
Fort
say you were
Huachuca.
100% sure he's linked to it?
Okay.
Well,
First
answer
of
the
all,
question, Stu.
do you know all of
First
the
of
evidence that
all-
you would have to ignore to consider that to be an outlandish consideration?
You said he was 100% linked. Was that a lie, Stu? Were you lying?
No, I wasn't lying.
Okay,
You
great.
said
So then
that
show me
Tyler
the
Robinson
100%
killed
link.
Charlie Kirk. Everybody
the
at Turning
100%
Point
link.
has said that.
No, they have. In fact, here's the thing that's really funny.
Sneeko doesn't
First of all,
know
I
where
don't
he's
work
there.
forgives
I
that
don't work
man.
for TP
So
USA.
if
That's
Erica
first.
Kirk forgives him, then
Sneak
that
on
means
Mars.
that Tyler Robinson killed him. So where's
Yeah.
the evidence of that?
Based on
Jack
the
Posobiec,
supporting
who works
evidence
for Turning Point
Yes.
USA, said,
It's all incredulous.
and none of these people, all these
I'm
people
sure
are
that
cowards,
they
by
do
the way.
think
None
that
of them
he
will
does.
come here and
Yes.
tell me how this is true.
Yeah, but none of
You're
but
the
you
paid
won't even
guy who doesn't
support
even
your
like
claims.
them,
You won't
who's
even
out
support your
here
claims now.
trying to lure people
Hold on,
into
there's a lot of
defamation
interrupted.
lawsuits.
Let's try to go one at a
Just-
time.
Okay,
right
see.
now.
Go ahead, Stu.
You're the guy who's out here trying to lure people into defamation lawsuits to make specific claims. When the claim has been made that Tyler Robinson killed Charlie Kirk, it's been made by Erica Kirk, it's been made by Don Trump
actually
Jr.,
is.
it's been made
He's
by
actually-
Jack
he actually doing
Posobiec, it's
pretty
been
good.
made by other Turning Point paid shills just like yourself.
Who doesn't work
So
for Turning
where is
Point?
the evidence of that?
Yeah. Okay. Great. So I'm happy to get into all this. In fact, you know what?
That's
I'll
where we'll start.
promise you this. Can we do a question for a question? How's that?
That's fair.
That's fair. So
Then you
here's
have to
my
answer
question.
questions.
I'm not
Answer
here to
it.
answer your questions.
I'm not here to answer
debate
any
your
of your
Oh, he
position
says
that
he's not
Tyler
gonna answer
Robinson killed
questions.
I'm not
Charlie
here
Kirk.
to answer any of your.
Unbelievable.
Okay, here, I'll
That's
start
so
off. Okay,
weak.
we have text
Yeah, so
message
do you have have evidence
Yeah,
of
we
that.
have text message confessions, Stu. Yes.
Okay,
we
what
have
else?
text message confessions, Stu, that they not only took screenshots of, but then they pulled the data off, which show that he texted his boyfriend and admitted to the crime, Stu. Text message confessions. Now, I've answered your question. Please answer mine. Was Andrew Colvett or Erica Kirk at Fork Pachuca or not?
Let's talk about the confession.
Oh my God, this guy.
Let's talk about
Are we going to get some
Terry
moderation? If
I'm
you want to
here
debate,
to-
you have to answer questions too, Stu. Answer my question. Was he?
I'm here to debate whether or not Tyler Robinson killed Charlie Kirk.
I'm
because
here
that's the
to
claim
debate.
that has been made by
and
the
I'm here
people
to
who
debate.
you are out shilling for.
No, the debate topic
They won't come
is
and
this
debate.
Charlie
you said,
Kirk
I'll come and debate.
assassination.
Stu Peters.
You
And
said,
so
I'll come debate.
He's
I
kind of like
don't
Alex
know what you're
Jones
doing.
adjacent
Answer my
kind of
question
guy.
Shift
now.
the burden.
Answer
This
my
is not.
question.
This is not debating the topic.
yes,
that we're
it
here
is
to
debating the
which
topic.
Is
Answer my
Tyler
question.
Robinson killing Charlie Kirk.
Okay, you know what? Here, I'll try a different one. See if you can answer another one. Okay, so is it the case then, Stu? Do you believe that a small
true, and
insect
that's
flew
true.
into Snow's
But
room and it was
you
actually
you'd have
secretly
to
a
prove
government
that.
device?
That's the problem, dude.
Are you serious? None
Yes.
of this would be a topic of discussion if you could just tell us how Tyler Robinson killed Charlie Kirk.
He
That's
literally
the claim
won't
that's been
answer
made
anything.
by
I
Turning
just
Point.
gave you demonstrable evidence that was introduced at the preliminary hearing of text messages.
Yeah, weasel
which were
moves.
taken from Tyler's phone, where he admitted to the entirety of the crime. Stu,
Did
all
Tyler
of it.
Robinson write those messages?
Yes.
How do you know that?
Because the chain of custody of his phone he had in his pocket when he came in.
His phone was taken from him immediately, and then a confession was disseminated on Discord.
So do you
servers.
think
How
that the
does
cops?
happen?
You think that the cops sent them to themselves?
I have no idea.
Yeah, right.
I'm
Yeah,
asking you
exactly.
if you have any evidence
That is
suggests
evidence.
that Tyler Robinson killed Charlie
Are you
Kirk.
saying that those text messages aren't evidence of Tyler Robinson murdering
I
Charlie
have
Kirk?
no idea if those messages belong to Tyler Robinson or not. Do you have any other evidence?
Yes, they
Is there
pulled the
anything
data
else?
off
What?
the phone. They pulled his Google as well. They pulled his Google
There's
data.
no evidence.
Yes, there is
that
evidence.
suggests that Tyler Robinson.
And not only is
absolutely
there,
wrote
and
those
not only
text
is there
messages.
evidence,
Is
I
there
just
any
gave
other
you-
evidence other
wait.
than text messages? Is that
That's
what we're
the-
putting the whole
bro,
murder
that
case
is-
on?
I don't
It's
even
a death
think
penalty case.
that I would need to go beyond a text message confession. Besides the fact that what the hell would you even need to go past? Then I texted my boyfriend that I murdered
Well-
this guy
Well,
and
how
told
about
him how
this?
I did it.
How about the fact that we were told that Tyler Robinson confessed to his dad, confessed to his
Uh-huh.
mom,
Yeah.
confessed to a minister, confessed to a U.S. Marshal, confessed to a sheriff?
Yeah.
So in a preliminary hearing,
I didn't
which
see
is
that
the
introduced.
equivalent of a, which is the equivalent of a grand jury, why would they not call any of those witnesses?
Why would
to
they
say,
not?
Because they
It's
didn't
not
need
a-
to.
My son confessed that
Because
he
they-
killed
Unfortunately,
because
that's
they
not a
didn't need
good counter.
They are to provide their most damning evidence during a
That's
preliminary
not the most
hearing.
damning evidence. The most damning evidence
What is? The video
text
that Jack
messages.
Posobiec saw?
No, the text message confession is the most damning evidence.
Well, then
and the
why
fact that
would
they were
Jack
able to pull the
Posobiec
data
and Betty
off of it.
Johnson come out and say that they saw a video? It's case closed. It's open and shut.
Yeah, both of those
They
guys
saw a
were
video.
wrong. In fact, the second
They
they
were
said
wrong.
that,
You mean
yeah.
they lied?
I
You
told
mean
them,
they
I
lied?
told both those guys that was stupid to do.
There's
What the
a
hell's wrong with
difference
you?
between wrong and lying.
Well, what Kai
One
Schwimmer,
team,
what Kai Schwimmer
one side
said-
of our
Hang on,
conversation today,
Yeah,
the
I'll
side that
answer.
you're supporting is filled with liars. The side that we are, that I'm here representing, is
Yeah.
filled with people who don't believe the liars.
Okay, great. They don't
So
believe the
they're
lie.
See, I think the Mormons did it. I think they're both wrong.
About fold
Okay.
ARs, and there's
Yeah.
people talking about trapdoors and
And they're
magnetic
talking
force
about-
fields and drone
yeah.
swarms and everything
Mics
else.
exploding.
Exploding microphone. Yeah, all of that. None of that would be considered if we weren't talking about a
I think the pro-Zionist Mormons did it. That's just my position.
on a courtroom, which in my opinion should be against the law. Jack Posobiec, in my opinion, should be arrested for that.
Great. He should be arrested for it. In what way?
You guys should be arrested for. Look, let's get a couple of super chats. You got 6 minutes. I'm not even going to give you guys volume. Actually, that's probably a reward. I'm not going to watch this whole thing, by the way. You know what I'm saying? This is. I'm just going to hold you guys. I'm just going to hold you guys hostage for the last 5 here. 5 and 5 minutes. This is a mess. This is a trash can.
Great.
Andrew
I'm not
Colvin.
attorney.
I want to know. See, I think the Mormons did it. That's what I think. There's a select group of Mormons that are super. They have a super Zio stiffy, and they exist. It wasn't. What I'm saying is Mormonism is more powerful than Israel. And I'm going to stick into it. Where was Will Smith? Where's Jaden Pinkett Smith's? I think it was LDS Zionist. That's look. No one will ever know. I'm at peace with that. That's fine. That's totally fine. But that's what I think.
We just saw a video I saw it with my own eyes. Quote, you see Tyler Robinson pulling the trigger.
So what? What?
It's another lie.
Yeah,
There has
how does
been
that prove your
nothing but
theories,
lies.
though, Stu?
Lies when even telling the truth would suit them better. Lying about
how
alibis, lying about the dates when they were somewhere, lying about drinking, lying about dating.
Bro, I'm going to grant it. They're all a bunch of fucking
Hear
liars.
me
How
out.
does this support any of your
Maryland,
theories?
you'll miss the smell of home.
There could be 6 million theories.
Eugene,
I'm
stay where
asking
you
about
are.
yours,
that doesn't
Stu.
stick.
I'm
The
asking
theory that
about
doesn't
yours,
stick.
Stu.
The difference is in one of them,
4
a
minutes,
man
4
is on
chats.
trial for his life, Andrew.
If you
and
held the
these are the
same-
people you're out here shilling
Definitely.
for.
Yeah,
You're
Stu,
paid by
if
these guys to
I'm
do
not paid
this.
by them. Great, you're just lying again. So
More
Scratch,
lies.
Stu, start with this. Let's just start with this. This is really simple.
Did you take money from Turning
Do
Point,
you
Andrew?
to teach a
Stop
debate
lying
course
like
for
that.
one
You're-
day?
You're trying once again to displace
Dude.
I literally trained a debate course for one day, which I do all across the world for people. Stu.
You've been paid by Turning Point.
So,
Up
well, so
until you
was
were paid
Candace
by Turning
Owens.
Point,
Candace
Erica
Owens
Kirk was
paid.
fucking retarded.
Candace Owens was paid by Turning Point.
Uh-oh.
What have we established?
Oh, look, oh, man.
I'll just say, I
Stu?
think Candace Owens could be Charlie Kirk's only real friend.
Yeah, but she was paid by
What?
Turning Point. Hell of a lot more than I was.
This guy's
so that
retarded.
aside, here's what's really funny too.
This guy's
Stu.
dumb.
Candace
If we're
Owens
trying-
isn't cheering for
if we're
Tyler
trying
Robinson to
to
be put down like a
eliminate-
dog for a
if we're-
crime that he very
Hold on, let's try not to
obviously
interrupt.
did not
If we
Let's try,
started-
let's try not to interrupt. It's getting
Okay,
from
well
both
let me
sides.
let me
Yeah,
try.
okay,
Let me try.
well,
How about
it's
just 1 minute back and
horrible.
forth?
Okay, sure.
Horrible.
Candace
All right, so
Owens.
we'll make it easy.
Candace Owens is not demanding that a man be put to death for a crime that he is alleged to have committed.
There's no way this
in
guy
which
isn't
no
gay.
evidence can connect him to committing
That's
that
a
crime.
gay guy.
That is what Erica Kirk is doing.
That's a hairdresser, dude.
Erica Kirk
That's
is the
Stu
billionaire
Peters'
leader of Turning
hair
Point
salon.
USA, the CEO of Turning
somewhere
Point USA.
existed.
She is saying she forgives this man.
Look,
Jack
I think it's the
Posobiec,
best.
A Turning
I
Point
think I'm
paid
sticking with it.
shill. He's at Charlie's
I'm
desk
sticking with
all the time. They are saying they saw a
Yeah,
video.
Charlie visited
they did
Candy in a
not
dream.
see a video. That makes them liars. This man is on trial for his life.
One more
I would
super
like
chat.
to know what evidence you have that makes you believe that you can run around saying that it's open and shut, that it's cut and dry,
Super.
and that Tyler Robinson killed Charlie Kirk.
Well, first of all,
Super.
I never said it's cut and dry and it's open and shut. What I've said is that the evidence.
Well, that's what Jack
supports.
Posobiec and Betty
Let's
Johnson
do 1
said.
minute. Let's do 1 minute back
You're
and
debating
forth.
Andrew Wilson, not Jack Prosobic.
Let's do 1 minute.
Take
Andrew.
your,
Good nail
take your issues up
salon.
with Jack Prosobic then. With Andrew Wilson, you have to contend with my
But you're here
actual
because
worldview.
they won't be.
You can't
So
talk,
you're here
Stu. I
because
gave you a
they won't
minute
be.
uninterrupted.
Let's
It's
do
my turn.
1 minute back and forth.
So here's
Got
the
it.
thing that's really funny. I'm just going to grant all of this. They're all a bunch of filthy liars. Those lying bastards, always lying about lying, and then they lie on top of those lies. Great. How does any of this establish any of your theories? How does any of this disprove that Tyler Robinson fired that shot? How is it that when we have text message evidence and DNA and we have bullet fragments all pulled out and we have a medical examiner claiming he was shot, you run out there and say that he was killed by a microphone? You claim Andrew Colvett was sitting in Fort Tuchanka. You've made this claim many, many times. You say Erica Kirk is as well. Are you the liar, Stu? Because if you're not the liar, then look me dead in the eye and say that they were there or they weren't. But don't lie to me, man, and I won't lie to you.
Stu, you got a minute.
It's not incumbent upon anybody that's investigating the death
Not
of Charlie
incumbent.
Kirk to prove that their theory is right.
He was in the bedroom.
It is incumbent upon the people
He was in the
who
back.
are trying to hang a man, to kill him, to gas him, to shoot him, to put a needle in his arm, put him in a chair.
Sounds like a
is
vegan.
incumbent upon the state. It's incumbent upon these people who have this man on trial to prove why it's an open and shut case. There is no evidence that links Tyler Robinson to the shooting death of
Dude,
Charlie
this is
Kirk.
looping, bro.
You know, you mentioned confessions. Nobody knows who wrote them.
This is, look, this is straight up looping. He's not going to get anywhere with this guy. It's going to be incredulity. Andrew's going to say, here's the things that we're looking at. If these things are true, this is good evidence. If you're saying they're not true, you got a whole other burden to prove, unfortunately. Look, you can be as incredulous and skeptical about government narratives, and you have every right to be, and you have good reason to be, historically. But that's the difference is, in order to demonstrate a lie in the narrative, it takes a lot more than just being like, I just don't believe it. Like, you have to actually do work. And, you know, if it's done well, I'm sorry to be cynical about it, you're not going to be able to do the work, unfortunately. It's just one of those things. You're just not going to be able to do it. You're not going to be able to uncover it. And even if you did, people don't even listen. Look at 9/11. Still to this day, people who are smart, who can read and write, who have taken physics, still to this day think 1/8 of a building can collapse the 7/8 below it at free fall speed with no resistance. They think that. Oh no, you just need a plane. So there could be good reasons to deny and to argue against the official narrative, but the problem is there's multiple arguments happening and they're not being isolated, which is really frustrating to listen to. One, is the official narrative true? If Andrew says it could be, it seems to be the case, I'm not going to say it definitely is. I'm just saying here's what my arguments are. You can refute that, but like the problem is people like Stu Peters and a lot of these other people, they're making positive claims. Now at least say I can't defend the claim. Like I'll make a positive claim. I think Mormons did it. Now if Andrew pressed me and said, Jim Bob, you heard you say Mormons did it. Do you have any evidence? I'd say, no, I don't have any evidence. I don't have any evidence. I'm tired. What are you talking about? Evidence. No. That's just what I think. So I'm going to keep thinking that. And I'm not going to put myself in a position where I'm going to go, oh, I'm going to defend it now. No, I'm just going to say it. LDS is responsible for Charlie Kirk. And I can't prove it. And I have no evidence. Okay? See, it's not that easy. It's not that hard, Stu. You can do it. You think it was the Coptics? That's funny. That's what I'm going to do. But I mean, you could go at the official narrative and poke holes. You could probably come up with some good spots there. You know, some little missing dragon scales. That's a different approach than positing some other entity did it. That's completely different. And people like Stu Peters and all these people who are really taking off with their podcast, by the way. They're just moving along, smooth sailing, you know, with their 95% demographic women who are, you know, chasing chasing the storm with their Chardonnay. I mean, what a time. It's like the 80s economically for that niche. They got their credit cards ready for the super chats. They're getting $500, $800, $1,000 super chats. We're going to get to the truth, Candy. You'll see. Thanks for all the work that you do. I mean, it's a boom in business. But, you know, questioning the official narrative, like, for instance, 9/11 is a great example. You can poke holes just using physics, poke holes in the official narrative of 9/11, just about the physics alone. That's different than saying Israel did it, or this happened, or they, you know, all of these other things went on. And, you know, you're constructing some sort of narrative you have to piece together. No, that's a different process. Patristic Faith says, some guy left a comment on my stream last night trying to make fun of me for abandoning evolution and believing that Helen Keller was hoaxed. Oh, man. Evolution is more believable than Helen Keller. For real. Helen Keller is, I mean, do one repeat of Helen Keller right now. Even with advanced technology. I'll grant you advanced technology. Find one Helen Keller with the assumed problems that she had. And give me one replication of her abilities by a couple that also was caught doing a bunch of other fraudulent things. That couple that sort of wrangled Helen Keller as like a dog. Like, oh, she's going to be our magical tour dog. Just tickle her fingers and she goes, I think I have a plaque somewhere in my house. It's a quote from Helen Keller. Nobody knows what it says. Anyway, I'm going to let y'all go. I got some family stuff. And I'll It was good to jump on today though. Usually Tuesdays are super. Sometimes I don't even stream. But feel free to move along, peruse the internet. Tell me later maybe if something happens worth watching with this. I highly doubt it though, unfortunately, for Andrew. Yeah, I was hoping that Stu would come with a bunch of positive statements about this scenario. Even ones that I'm drawn to. Oh, I like that. I hope he can show that. I'd love that. I would love that. I mean, someone take the Mormon angle, please. Do I have to do it? Look, I'll do a I'm a crazy person tour. I don't care. It's not selling out because I actually believe it. I just have to piece it together, though. Maybe I'll do you know what? Maybe I'll prepare a video. I'm going to split this thing wide open. I'm going to prepare a super viral video. Everyone's going to show up. The Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints is responsible for Charlie Kirk. How about that on a thumbnail? Joseph Smith killed Charlie Kirk. How about that? Something like that. Look, you know what? I can make it a parody. I will piece together, I'll demonstrate how easy it is to piece together, concoct a wild theme, a wild theory, just by like, whoa, bum, bum, bum. Might take a week, though. Might take a week. So, got to look into it. I know that there's in the past, I don't know if they exist underground right now in the tunnels, but there is a sect of Mormons that are super cucky toward Zionism. Like, they're legit passionate about it. So, maybe they still exist. You never know. I like it, though. Anyway, thanks for showing up, you guys. Thanks for all the support. I appreciate you. I'll be here the rest of the week, Wednesday, Thursday. I never know when exactly I'm going to stream because of doctor's appointments and things like this. So thank you for your patience. Thank you for everyone reached out. I have you on a queue. I'm just not ready. I need more time with icon writing, to get to a position where I'm comfortable doing requests and stuff like that. So thank you for your patience there. And I think that's it for me. I'm going to sign out of the internet here. Do you guys want to go over there to Crucible and watch the rest of that? If yes, you probably already did. I can give you some other options, though, if you'd like. Probably not much going on today. No, there's... we'll send you over to this guy. You guys, if you want to go watch Stu Peters' Dodge Ram for another hour, go for it. I'm sending you to someone super creative and awesome. His name's Hello Listener. God bless you all. I'm out of here.
Jimmy Kirk calling and I don't really care no more. What he gotta say, it's irrelevant. Once upon a time, could have been a partner of mine. Now he's getting checks from the government. I don't care where your idol stands, protecting his hands from culture jams with the oven. Guess another soldier got caught, all ain't what you thought. Nothing here was done for the fun of it. I don't care what you say, I'm on some new shit. I don't care if you're digging what I'm doing. I don't care what you think about my music. I don't care, you're not the reason I do this. Always going. I don't care if I die without you knowing. Tried to catch your eye for a stint until I realized what that meant. Jimmy Kirk calling and I don't really care no more. What he gotta say, it's irrelevant. Once upon a time, could have been a partner of mine. Now he's getting checks from the government. I don't care where your idol stands, protecting his hands from culture jams with the oven. That's another soldier got caught, all ain't what you thought. Nothing here was done for the fun of it. I don't care what you say, I'm on some new shit. I don't care if you're digging what I'm doing. I don't care what you think about my music. I I don't care, you're not the reason I do this. Always going. I don't care if I die without you knowing. Tried to catch your eye for a stint until I realized what that meant.